Okay, so I promised one of the subscribers I would do, excuse me, a random like video request for him, and so this might turn into like a little series of me doing video requests. So I'm planning to do like uh these video reactions for this video, like possibly each video I'll do like an hour long about live streams. And right now I'm charging my phone as well as doing the do an now me reacting to videos and you guys well hey, don't be sorry, Valerie. Yeah, don't you dare be sorry about that. I totally get it. You got busy and I totally get it, so don't you dare be sorry, okay? I totally understand. So yeah, I'll like I said, I'll do like an hour worth of me reacting to videos. Then I'll end this live stream. So my phone charges faster because when I live stream, my phone charges slower. So I had to get it off. I mean, yeah, like I said, I totally understand. You had to. I totally understand. And hey, if you guys have to go out of the live streams, I'm cool with like my feelings will be hurt if you have to go. I always love to spend time with you guys, even if you guys come in for like 5 minutes. I'll treasure those 5 minutes. I like those. Uh, yeah, I won't be mad if you have to go. My point being. So, bruh. So here is me reacting to random YouTube videos, and again, uh, it was a request by one of you guys that I do it. So if you guys got any requests of you guys wanting me to watch any YouTube videos, you can say in the comments below. Watch before I officially accept requests. Is me watching the Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse trailer, which I'm actually excited for because Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel hero. So here we go. And I'm going to have the camera on me just so I can prevent any possible copyright issues. So yeah, let's do this. Finally, I forgot they're doing Miles Morales. It's about time they're doing another Spider-Man movie. First time Spider-Man besides Peter Parker. I like how he said that. Sip, sap, sop. Of course, they have Peter Parker in there. I won't Miles Morales the main Spider-Man.
My name's Miles Morales.
What's that dragon-looking creature? Is that supposed to be a Green Goblin? Oh.
I know it's complicated.
Oh.
What happened to you? I can teach you to be Spider-Man. I love this burger. It's so delicious. One of the best burgers I've ever had. You have money, right? It's not very liquid right now. I think you're going to be a bad teacher.
Wait, why did Peter Parker have his Spidey suit on? I don't know.
Think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person. One thing I know for sure, don't do it like me. Do it like you.
That's actually pretty cool. Hey, hey, BB. Seriously, is that Dragon Creatures? The Green Goblin?
Whatever you choose to do with it, you'll be great. I love you, Lance.
Yeah, I know that.
You gotta say I love you, Dad.
Dad, are you serious?
I wanna hear it.
You want to hear
I
me say
love
it?
you, Dad.
You're dropping me off at a
I
store.
love you, Dad.
Look at this.
Dad, I love you.
Dad, I love you.
That's a copy.
That's pretty funny.
Swing, just like I taught you.
When did you teach me that?
I did. It's a little joke. Team building.
Hey guys,
Okay, who are you?
Yeah, I think so
I'm
too.
Gwen Stacy.
Oh my god, they got Spider-Gwen! They got Spider-Gwen! Yeah! It's come out Christmas, okay. On the big screen on Christmas. That's pretty cool. I actually am excited for that movie. More excited than the last trailer. Because it has Peter Parker, Miles Morales, and Gwen Stacy. All as Spider-Man. Except for Gwen Stacy as Spider... It's a woman. But you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. What? Anthony Bourdain died? That would seem too depressing for me to watch on this live stream. Oh my god, they got Wreck-It Ralph too. Official trailer. Sorry. I'm getting so sidetracked.
What is wrong with you?
Start churning butter and put on your church shoes, little sister, because we're about to blast off.
Oh, you guys can request me watching videos.
What is it you're trying to say?
Sadly, she's not voiced by Duff Kramer, who plays her in the TV show. This is Spider-Gwen and Ultimate Spider-Man. I mean, I don't watch that Ultimate Spider-Man show only because I actually watched a few episodes. That's first of Spider-Man is not the Spider-Man for me, per se. Sadly. Oh, snap. They're actually going to the internet. Okay. Ralph and that Penelope girl in Wreck-It Ralph is going to the internet. Oh, I like the music. Oh, yeah. They got Amazon. And they got bloopers as Twitter. Oh, that's actually pretty funny.
This is the most beautiful miracle I've ever seen.
Welcome to the search bar. What can I help you find today? Umbrella, umbrage, umami. No azar, no doubt, no extra.
They got the autocorrect
You're cool.
emoji in here.
He's just trying to guess what you're gonna say.
My autofill is a touch aggressive today.
Let me try. Take me to a website that's super intense and really nuts.
Oh, I only found one result.
On my Disney, they go Disney World in here. They got the what princesses. I bet you are the Iron Man, TIE Raiders, and Star Destroyer, or TIE Fighters and X-Wings, and Stormtroopers. Okay, I gotta see that.
Hi.
That's so ended on the. I like this part. It's actually shows the Disney princesses in here. Cinderella, Pocahontas, Snow White,
Princess?
Belle,
What kind of
the two girls from Frozen, Rapunzel, and Anna from Frozen, I believe, and Moana.
Princess, are you? Do you have magic hair?
No.
Magic hands?
No.
And talk to you?
No.
Were you poisoned?
No.
Cursed?
No.
Kidnapped or enslaved?
No. Are you guys okay? Should I call the police?
Do people assume all your problems got solved because a big strong man showed up?
Yes. What is up with that?
She is a princess.
What?
Ralph breaks the internet. Shouldn't it be Ralph wrecks the internet?
Yes, and he is Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the internet
Right, it's just wreck the internet kind of sounds better, doesn't it?
You're not wrong.
Okay, it's coming out on Thanksgiving. Okay, I like that trailer. Obviously, as you guys seen, I got excited for the Star Wars parts. Can't help it because I'm a Star Wars nerd. Sadly, I am not wearing my Star Wars shirt. Even though I'm wearing my Legends of Korra shirt. But, daggone. Oh well. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. It's pretty cool. Yeah, you guys can start dropping requests on which videos I see. I'll get to those requests. Trust me. And in the meantime, while I'm waiting for your guys' requests, I'm going to see that Bumblebee trailer as I'm waiting. Avengers episode 115. Is that a request?
Let me tell you something. I'm trying to pick the car. Car pick a drive. It's a mystical bond between man and machine. It's a mystical bond between man and machine.
Man, you know? Yes, angry video game nerd. Okay, I'll definitely go to that after this video is done. After this trailer for Bumblebee is done. See, what I want to see is a Transformers movie that has like actually shows the fall of Cybertron. Hey, don't be sorry. I totally understand, Valerie. Yeah, I paused this video to respond, but don't be sorry. And hey, Reem. But don't be sorry for leaving, Valerie. It's all good. At least you came in here. We get to spend time with each other somewhat, Valerie. So don't be sorry. Don't ever be sorry for leaving. I understand. Okay. Well, have a nice day, Valerie. With that said, I'm going back to the Bumblebees trailer.
Who are
It will be cool to see Bumblebee
you?
like actually talk. Besides having one of those like disc things in that for him to talk like in the Transformers movies. Maybe if they do like one about this run, I see us in Bumblebee. You know they have to have a military dude. John Cena's the military dude.
Spider here, B.
Music can help you say what you're feeling. Try this.
That's very funny. And it's also coming this Christmas. So, Bumblebee's supposed to be like a prequel to Transformers, right? Yeah, John Cena's in that Bumblebee movie. It's supposed to be a prequel to the Transformers movies. Yeah, watch it, Rain. Watch it. If you don't believe me, watch the trailer. Bumblebee, and yeah, it's a Transformer-based movie. And John Cena plays one of those military people. You know, Transformers can't have. We can't not have a Transformers movie unless we got some sort of military in the movie. That's how awesome it is. But I was going to say is that this is a prequel to the Transformers movie, right? And thank you for liked. Thank you, I appreciate that. Then does that mean Bumblebee was on the secret mission and he so happens to go on Earth? And thank you for the second like. And then, if that's so, how did he get back to Cybertron? Or does he go to Cybertron? Because I kind of feel. Yeah, BB. But yeah, I kind of feel if they don't explain how Bumblebee came to Earth in this movie, that it could potentially cause some like I guess inconsistencies with the Transformer movies already pre-existing live action ones. Since I think this is supposed to be connected to the Michael Bay universe, I'm not sure. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm a different. It just would have been nice to hear him talk. Maybe if they do another prequel on how Transformers, how the Autobots and Megatron, like last days or last months or whatever on Cybertron, have be actually that's really cool. That'd be so cool. Okay, so got any requests? Yeah, I haven't seen the last night to be honest. So offense, angry, video game nerd. Okay. Yeah, I have not seen that last Transformers movie. I've heard that movie is horrible. So angry video. Excuse me. And you requested a Oh, I think I got it. Yeah, the episode 15. So yeah, I got. Okay, yeah, got you. Wait. Oh, okay, now. Wait, hold on. I'm going to temporarily switch the camera onto the screen. Hopefully, I don't run my charger on. But is that it? Is that the video you're talking about? Okay. I wanted to make sure. So, 21 minutes, 56 seconds. Okay. Yeah, I'll go to like a minute, an hour and about 25 minutes before I end this live stream. Since I did promise that I would do this live stream, so. Ah, snap. That's a pretty cool looking console. So, is this set in the present time? Or, what era is this set in, per se? Oh, they even have the Leonardo on his ear.
There's been many games based on the angry video game nerd, which is me. Yeah, all these years while I've been busy playing shitty games, people have been making games about myself. There's been so many games about me, I can't even keep up. Unlike the majority of games I ripped apart, these ones were made by independent game developers, usually single-handedly, all by themselves, and hopefully they will have growing careers and aspire to make better games than a whole company of laughing, joking numbnuts ever could. Another thing that makes these games different from the games I usually play is that I have to play them on a computer. Well, anyway, the first AVGN game we're going to look at is the Angry Video Game.
The Angry Video Game? Okay.
Never came to my attention back in 2008. You might be wondering what took me so long to get around to it. Oh, simple. That's how long it took to load it on my Commodore 64.
His face. His face. Eric Ruth presents.
Who the hell thought to make a game of me? What were they thinking? That wasn't me talking. That was the game. My voice is in this game. Rock and roll.
If somebody makes a video game of me, that I would definitely play it.
Throwing beer bottles. I have to admit, I've done that before, but if I had that many beers, I wouldn't throw them, I'd drink them. Then again, I've never been on a rooftop getting attacked by scrotum cannons, blimps dropping bombs, and what the fuck is that?
Is that Fish,
Who would
man?
ever see me jumping across a rooftop? Who do I think I am?
Fish on a
Jackie
TV.
Chan? Oh my god, there's fucking missiles falling down. Hey, when the hell did this ever happen in my life? This never happened. Exactly. Just like I said in the game. I can talk. Just listen.
I would play a video game if it was based off of me. As conceited as that might sound, I would.
My sentiments exactly. Fuck, I'm getting shit.
Of course, I'll be extremely critical on how it goes.
Stage boss is a helicopter guitar. And I wish I didn't already call the cannon scrotum cannon because now the game is just mocking me. Have you ever seen the AVGN episode where a giant helicopter guitar comes flying in and pisses all over me?
All I can say
Be my F-
is if you're gonna make a video game based off of me, make it an adventure game. An adventure action game. That's all I request. If anybody sees it, my name is Philippe. I'm not going to display my last name. But if you want to make a video game off of me, you got my permission. Action adventure game. There we go. I don't even mind if Square Enix decides to put me in Kingdom Hearts. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Okay, I'm done. I'll go.
Fuck. The second stage, I'm in the water where every kill
In water.
and I can't beat the shark. I just can't.
Wait, is that a shark in submarine?
Ass at it, but what do you expect? I'm playing on a keyboard. And the controls are the complete opposite of what's on a regular controller. Jump attack is on the left, and moving is on the right. So I have to switch my hands around and get carpal tunnel. The weapon is the worst thing of all. The beers fly in an arc, so you have to get in the right spot to calculate the trajectory.
Yeah, that would definitely be consistent with the beers.
Fuck, I can't hit this fucking fish. Fuck. Ah!
Yeah, that would definitely be
These
frustrating.
beers are like the Rock in Friday the 13th. And I already told you how bad that is.
Like the Rock in Friday the
Is that
13th.
why the game was designed this way? All the random enemies and all those things? It's because those are the kind of things I complained about. This game is all my fault. Ugh. Time for another AVGN game. Let's try Pixel Land Blast by
Pixel Land Blast. Okay. What? Okay, my phone's at 32%. Cool. Oh yeah, I'm charging my phone while I'm doing this, so I can get away with this.
Game is my ultimate fantasy. Fucking games.
Wait, you can shoot video games? That if you get
Needless to say, it's a 2D shooter. All you do is shoot the game.
oh snap! I wish I could shoot bad movies because I would shoot that god awful Last Airbender movie because that movie is a piece of crap.
The first game was designed to make me angry, but this one is a lot easier, so maybe it's more like therapy.
And with the last Star Wars: The Last Jedi, I would shoot like to totally take out the part where Luke Skywalker dies at the end.
KO Boxing by Devin Cook. It's made in the style of an Atari 2600.
KO, the angry video
It's as
game.
if you took Punch Out and put it into an Atari game. You control this anonymous invisible guy, not the nerd. So, if you ever want
Oh yeah, if you ever make a video game off me, make it in like 3-dimensional.
Next opponent is Shit Pickle. How does Shit Pickle keep coming into my life?
Wait, that's seriously called a shit pickle? What? Or is he just calling it a shit pickle? I don't know.
Fuck! I can't beat him. Quite honestly, it's a fun game. It's definitely better than any of the boxing games on Atari. Next up is AVGN Planet by David.
AVGN Planet, Philippe Planet.
Enemies such as Bugs Bunny, Freddy, and Jason have been sent to a planet, and now I'm going there to
Bugs
find them.
Bunny and Super Mario Bros.
Is it just me, or does that not make sense?
Ah, snap.
It doesn't. The game is in the style of Metroid,
It's just me?
with me running around find out how to open a door, and it's a good effort. The controls use the keyboard to move and the mouse to aim, so I guess you could say it's very PC. Here's that funny bastard.
Yeah, the graphics to these games definitely are the old school style.
Come on, die already. Die already.
That's how I felt when I was playing Jack and Daxter with the final boss when I was live streaming it on my own channel.
Who would have thought he'd be the strongest boss in video game history? Yeah, finally. And I'm rewarded with beer. The second boss, I think, is Jason Voorhees. And if you thought
I never had beer. You know, I would be open to try beer. It's just I never had it.
There goes my missiles. I can't kill this guy. After all, he is Jason Voorhees. Come on,
I think I was going to say,
Jason, kill me.
after all, it's
He's
Jason
taunting me.
Bourne.
He wants me to die slow. Well, fuck him. If you can get past this force field, you can transport to the next stage. Again, good effort. But one thing, I couldn't figure out how to quit the game, and killing yourself takes a long time. Next is ABG.
Oh, don't worry. It's only going to be like a one-time thing where I won't get drunk. Oh, no.
Really cool. It shows me beating up characters from the games I've talked about.
I actually don't know how well my tolerance level for beer would be. Hopefully with one beer I won't get drunk.
And the first stage is based on Super Mario Brothers. Rather than jumping on Goombas, I fight them like a man. Punch him!
Actually, that's pretty cool. Goombas, fighting
Yeah,
Goombas.
tell 'em. Honestly, this is pretty fun. But
Oh, you don't trust me with beer? I see how it is, right?
The game crashed, and to be serious for one moment, I'm not playing on a Commodore. It's a brand new PC. The game crashed again and again within only the first 30 seconds of the game. And every time it crashed, I had to wait through the entire intro.
Oh my god, I even saw a Ninja Turtle. Saw the Ninja Turtles. That's so awesome. I'm also a fan of the Ninja Turtles. Just in case you couldn't
It's a
tell.
shame, just when things were starting to blow up. Well, anyway,
The
Lord
Angry
Gathering strikes
Nerd
again
video
with
game,
AVGN
Game Over.
Game Over 2.
Ew.
This sequel is done in more of a 16-bit style. It feels a lot more like Super Mario World. What's really awesome about this one is that you can use an Xbox controller with it. That's right.
That
real
Xbox
controller.
controller he has
Don't
looks
try to
pretty
play it
cool.
with the keyboard, or else you won't be able to
I had
jump
to say so
correctly.
myself.
I found that out the hard way. I think this game is really well done, even though it may not be AVGN themed that much. Now let's move on to consoles, which is more like my familiar territory. This game I got on an actual Atari 2600 cartridge, simply titled The Angry Video Game Nerd.
You
It was sent
wait,
to
hold
me
on.
locked-
You said the Atari 80s, right? Like the early 80s, I want to say. Because I literally never heard of them. Like that type of consoles. And right, I say it was released like 14 years before I was born. So that will make it in 1982. Okay, so yeah, early 80s.
Well, it definitely looks and plays just like an Atari game. That's me, by the way. Damn, I'm looking good. The things on the bottom are Sega, Atari, and Nintendo consoles. If you can wrap your head around a Sega or Nintendo console being in a game that's being played on an Atari console. The things flying in from the top are shitty games. The object is to shoot the shitty games before they get to your consoles. In true Atari fashion, it takes a
I love how he put in like bold letters as
lot of
3
actions
exclamation
and
points.
lots of flashing effects.
Oh, that's
Is
very
that the
funny.
music from Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde?
Okay.
All we need is some boom. Give me some boom. Give me some boom. Boom. Yeah.
Is that how they used to do booms? Is flashing the lights off and on quickly?
Cartridge. So how could you resist AVGN versus Dr. Wily by ABO Hiccups?
Okay, this game I can see them taking from Mega Man. If not, I've played those games before. It's just that outfit.
Me. Yeah, that's me.
What?
So basically, it's Mega Man 2, but instead of Mega Man, it's me. I'm in Mega Man 2, one of the best games ever made, and I'm in it. If I could have foreseen that as a kid, I would have shit my pants. The other difference is that the levels are redesigned to be way harder than the original game. So if you thought the game wasn't hard enough and it needed the fucking nerd in it, then this is free way. Let's play some more.
If I could be in any video game before I continue, I would want to be in the Kingdom Hearts series because that is my favorite franchise ever. Just saying. As a Keyblade Warrior, me master, because now in this Kingdom Hearts universe, Square Enix is making Keyblades less and less special, which by the way, I'm actually can consider as a Keyblade master in real life because I got a few Keyblades. Just saying.
An AVGN board game. Board James? What is this? Why does everyone always drop in uninvited? Now, come on. This is a great game. Check it out. Angry Video Game Nerd Monopoly.
Angry Video Game Nerd Monopoly.
All the properties are games that you preview, nerd. Like Superman 64, Deadly Towers, and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Ooh. Instead of trains for the transit system, how about traveling around in the tornado from Simon's Quest? There's glitch cards and used game shop cards. Some of my favorites are you break your TV out of rage from playing Wayne's World and have to pay $150 for a new one. And how about
Wayne's World was a video game? I didn't know that. Okay.
Cheating fine.
I think there's a TV show called Wayne's World.
Check out this one. You revisit Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. You're revisiting it, so that means you're going backwards and not past the press start panel.
Yeah.
Very elaborate way to say go back. Or you accidentally use an Atari Jaguar console.
An Atari Jaguar console.
Where does he get his prices from? Yeah, Jaguar CDs are way more expensive than that.
The only problem before I go on, the only problem I have with YouTube on the PlayStation is when one of your friends logs in to the PlayStation Network or logs out or they message you to the PlayStation Network, that automatically pauses your YouTube videos, which that's the only downside I have to the YouTube on the PlayStation Network. Other than that, I don't really have any complaints about YouTube and the PlayStation. Anyways.
Monopoly game about you. Everybody's got to have a Monopoly game. Even AC/DC has a Monopoly game. Yeah, that's cool, but how'd you get here? Aren't you supposed to be in jail? Oh, well, I used to get a jail free card. But didn't you kill your friends or something?
What?
It wasn't me. That was the fucking phone! God! Fuck you and everybody. Okay. Yeah, that guy looks familiar. Anyway, speaking of phones, next we have a game that you play on your phone. Well, okay. This is Texting of the Bread, produced by Screw Attack.
Texting of the Bread?
Typing of the Dead, which is a spoof of Night of the Living Dead. Wow, a spoof of a spoof.
I don't know. I don't really play any games on my phone, but I probably wouldn't play that game.
When a zombie gingerbread man bursts in. I hate it when that happens. The idea is to type, or should I say text, as fast as you can to shoot all the gingerbread men.
A zombie gingerbread man.
And at last, we have the recent Angry Video Game Nerd
I
Adventure,
can see that.
also produced by Screw Attack, developed by Freak Zone Games, and officially endorsed by me.
Don't worry, the chances of me drinking beer is extremely slim. Like extremely low. Like 1%.
Getting nagged by Naggy, the patronizing Firefly. Press A to jump. Yeah, thanks. You're a fucking genius. Now leave me alone. My 8-bit self says it all. After the tutorial, you get a selection of stages. Clearly, it's the largest AVGN game yet. I'm using an Xbox controller, and the controls feel 100% fluent. There is no doubt about it. This is a legitimate side-scroller, proving that the genre is still alive and strong. We don't even need to go back to the past. We're still in the past. And why is the music so fucking awesome?
Actually, the music is pretty awesome, to be honest.
You can play as hidden characters like the Bullshit Man. Is that guy dead again?
The bullshit man? Who is the bullshit man? I want to know now. I gotta do my research on who the bullshit man is now.
Cameos. See if you can find them. There's also power-ups like Super Mecha Death Christ, which obliterates everything, and the Glitch Gremlin, who makes everything go berserk.
That glitch gremlin.
You know, I've heard a lot of people say this game is very difficult, but I'm not having any trouble with it. I mean, come on, it's my game. I'm the fucking nerd.
His face. I love how his face is. Kind of reminds me of him saying, "I'm Batman."
Exactly. It read my mind. They're an asshole, which means the asshole who made this game acknowledged that they're an asshole and that I call them an asshole. You asshole. Great. Do I really need to be reminded of Silver Surfer again? Why does everything...
Oh, I got that reference.
Oh no, not the where did you learn to fly, bitch.
Wait, why is that moving face? Oh, whatever, Ray.
No matter where I die or how I die, there's always one of these things making fun of me.
A floating face smiling. Or he's making his Batman face. Which is this.
The death screen always
I can do it.
generates a random quote. Saves me the work of trying to come up with something. Let's try Dungeons and Dickholes.
I'm pretty sure that said Dungeons and Dragons besides Dungeons and Dickholes, as he said. But
When I
well.
came up with this idea during my Super Pitfall episode, I didn't know somebody would actually create this exaggerated death trap. I can't even blame anyone but myself. I came up with this. What was I thinking? What the fuck? No way. They didn't. It's the Giant Claw. It's as big as a battleship. How did it get in this game? It just barged right in.
Yeah, this video is probably
Crashing
would be
into It's taking
rated
so many hits,
PG-13.
like bullets on a battleship. It's a flying battleship. This isn't the first time the Giant Claw appeared in a video game. It was also in another.
Because there might be a bit more cussing in this video, but
Manos the
not really
Hand
from me.
So it begs the question: when will the Giant Claw strike again? The movie was filmed in Hollywood. Manos was filmed in El Paso. I originally broadcast out of New Jersey. I don't see any pattern. Oh, of course. A perfect pattern. Next
A
is
perfect-
level based
wait,
entirely
okay.
on the Atari porn games. Who would do that? Don't look, kids. Then there's
Why
Castlevania. It's as if you
is
took
their
all the
characters
games that were
twerking?
about
What?
the Castlevania games and the Mega Man games and put them all together. The biggest obstacle are these death blocks. You touch them, you die. It's all about getting these patterns down, and there's hardly any room to fuck up. Undershot it. Overshot it.
Undershotted or overshotted. Everybody's shot it. Yeah, I'm Batman. No, I'm not. I'm the Joker. But you know that. Yeah, you made a pretty killer Joker.
Killing Santa and using his body as a sled.
Yeah, go check the live stream last night with Soul Calibur 2. Like, I think I did it 20 minutes in where I did that requested video where BB on his other channel was just doing BB. Like, my reaction on how he did with the Joker was, you did pretty good, my man. You did pretty good.
Hell level by Farts Consumed, where you fight Kaka demons.
Kaka demons, what? Oh my god, that's so cool! Sark with laser vision. He can ride a Sark.
Then, of course, you fight the devil himself.
I'd be too scared to be able to go up to a Sark. Say, hey, let me ride you. Thank you.
Is that the new hip way to sell it? Is that what the kids are doing now? The remaining level is Boo, Haunted House. You have to play the whole stage in tunnel vision, and this is where they really get carried away with the death.
Oh, I remember some games being tunnel vision.
It's still hard not to touch
I
it.
never was a fan of tunnel vision.
Oh no. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, fuck. stages, one last final stage appears. Laughing, joking, numbnuts, the bane of my
That laughing, joking, numbnuts. Okay.
one of the most unfair stages in video game history.
I don't know
For example, you have to shoot
about
in the
that
air to
part.
make the platform move, but then you're killed by the death block. So you have to jump faster than your own bullet. And after that, more death blocks appear out of nowhere. Meanwhile, there's all kinds
Actually, does look pretty unfair level. Holy crap! Okay.
There's not one stable spot to stand to catch your breath. You gotta keep moving. You don't even have time to think. Look at this. Look at all these death blocks. I hate them. I hate them as much as the fucking Medusa heads in Castlevania or the grass in Bill and Ted.
Who is
Every game
Medusa,
has its
anyways?
thing, and this one's thing is to piss me off. It was made to piss me off. And at the heart of it all, the final boss, my arch nemesis. It's
Who's this harsh
Fred
nemesis?
Fox. It's the
Fred
programmer
Fox is
for
this?
fucking Fred
I never heard
Fox.
of this guy. Okay.
Finally, I get to kick his ass. Yeah, fuck you, Fred Fox. Fuck you, Fred Fox. Got him. Feel like I played every bad game I ever played all at once, and now others are playing it because of me. It's like I shared all my horrible experiences. It's all my fault. Fuck this game.
Bio deleted.
Take that, game.
He did that so epic like. That was pretty awesome. Okay, that was a pretty good video. That was a pretty good video. Okay. Wait, they're coming out with a How to Train Your Dragon 3? Oh god, I gotta see that trailer.
It's a hidden dragon worth. There were dragons when I was a boy. Where they went, only a few know. Our story changed the world forever.
It changed the world forever.
We did it! The world's first dragon Viking utopia. Your utopia, maybe. Mine's less crowded and more. Oh! Sanitary. Hey, guys, wait up!
Oh, it's a female toothless. Okay.
She's a light fury.
A white fury and a black fury. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Did she just disappear? Wow.
It's a hidden dragon worth. Let's go introduce yourself.
That would totally be me with a girl. Like, if I ever had like this crush on a girl, that would be my reaction for Toothless doing.
Toothless has a girlfriend.
Danny Phantom? There's a Danny Phantom on this trailer? Oh snap, I gotta look at that after this trailer.
I will never give him up.
Then I will destroy everything you love.
We are no longer safe here. We all have to disappear. Completely off the map. We have to fight for this.
Yeah, right.
You're nothing without your dragon.
Show them what you got.
Oh, it says that friendship is a lifetime. That's for sure.
Save him.
Oh yeah, I had a few crushes in my life. Oh yeah.
It's you and me, bud.
So I know the pain. I know the struggle. I should say struggle, not pain. I know the struggle. coming soon. Okay, I'm doing Danny Phantom Honest I'm guessing it's the first one, okay.
From the creator of the Fairly OddParents comes the series that confused parents worldwide, causing them to ask questions like, how can someone be half dead?
Half
Can anybody
dead.
see ghosts? How do the parents afford all this stuff?
Actually, that's a
And
good
if he doesn't
question.
want anyone to know he's a ghost, why does he constantly scream, I'm going ghost? Nickelodeon's first teen superhero. If you don't count Jenny from My Life as a Teenage Robot.
Jenny from My Life as a
Nominated
Teenager is
for the
cool.
latest fan fictions. Fall in love with smooth and pleasant animation in the first season. Then watch the animation get worse in the last season. As a half ghost, a god, and a geek battle enemies, such as a half ghost, a goth, and a geek. Let the incredible story lift you off your seat, only to be dragged down by the final season that no one was satisfied with. Seriously, fuck season 3. Watch Danny fall into forbidden love with a girl who has sworn to destroy him. Because American Dragon Jake Long totally copied them. Then, Danny will find his true love as his best friend. Because every other romantic show or movie in existence totally copied them.
That
The
is
cartoon
wow.
inspired 40-minute movies such as the one that people love, the one that's dark and confusing,
Wait, there are
the one
Danny
that people
Phantom
hate
movies?
because of the ending, and the one that people hate because it sucked. All which Hartman teases and torments you about a live-action movie, when in actuality he probably has no ideas or plans for one. And you thought Andrew Hussey was a big troll. Follow our heroes as they catch ghosts that you're usually responsible for letting loose. Be mortified by the horrible catchphrases. Be confused at how the show could ever be cancelled when it had such high ratings. Be pissed at the characters that should never have been created.
Wait, Danny Phantom was
And be amazed
canceled?
at how many
I didn't know
references
that.
you probably didn't notice as a kid.
Okay, Cujo.
You're like a friendly ghost. Memorable quotes. A superhero who breaks anything.
That's like nearly every superhero breaks everything.
How did they die? But never receiving an answer. But about Danny's superpowers. Some of them making sense. Some of them coming out of nowhere and only being used in one episode. Such as software fusion, dream invasion,
Software
whatever
fusion.
this is. And telekinesis? Seriously? The only time you have to use telekinesis is to pick up a rake? Starring Danny Phantom, an actually useful sidekick. That guy, Kim Possible, Touch of Grey,
That's a
Black
great.
Widow, Vlad the Sad, The Karate Kid, Douchebags, Miley Cyrus,
Oh,
Spanish
so
Barbie,
okay.
and all the villains I really don't feel like naming. Danny Phantom. If the live-action movie never comes out, I'm gonna be pissed. Then again, he might ruin the movie by doing a time skip like he did with Fairly OddParents. I mean, what the fuck was that? You choose to make the cartoony show into the live-action movie before the sci-fi action show? That's just bullshit.
Okay, that was pretty good. I didn't know there was talks to make a Danny Phantom live action. I don't know how I feel about that though. I'll have to see a few trailers, and hopefully it's not as bad as the last Airbender crap of a movie. I mean, if they're going through with it. But the one movie I want to see is yeah, you're right. It's probably not going to happen. I'm hoping the last Airbender, or not Last Airbender, The one trailer I want to see is like one movie I want to see that had a trailer a few years ago was the Sly Cooper movie. Now, Sly Cooper is based off a video game that I introduced you to, Rain. And it was promised us that we will have a Sly Cooper movie. Okay, I watched it. But in the trailer for the Sly Cooper movie, it was promised that it would be released in 2016. 2 years later, no Sly Cooper movie. And when 2017 came, my initial reaction to no Sly Cooper movie was, what the hell? I was seriously so pumped for a Sly Cooper movie. And I'm hoping they'll make a Sly Cooper 5, because Sly Cooper 4 Face and Times kind of set it up like they were going to, you know. Well, that's the title of the video. Teen Titans Go official trailer, huh? I don't know if they're going to do that, because it's been circling around for a few years now. Don't know if that is going to happen. I mean, do I want an Uncharted movie? I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't object to an Uncharted movie. Just the trailers will have to wow me to say for certain, yes, I want a movie about Uncharted. That's live action. So as King BB's request, I am watching the Teen Titans Go trailer. Oh, there we go. Okay. I think I got the trailer you were looking for.
They're finally going to make a movie about me.
Destroy the Teen Titans!
Let's try it with a little more intensity.
Titans, go!
Assuming that it does happen.
Every other superhero has had their own movie, and it's time for the Teen Titans to have theirs. So they go to Hollywood to make it happen.
Lights, cameras, and magic. Jade is a Hollywood director, and she meets the Teen Titans who are interested in a superhero film.
It's time they make one about me.
I'm afraid no. I only make movies about real superheroes.
Oh wow, that is a
The
burn.
only way to be seen as a real hero.
What about an arch nemesis?
Slade is the #1 enemy of the Teen Titans.
Oh, well, that is Slade Wilson now. Oh, there's not? Okay. Then where the heck is the trailer? Yeah, I'll switch the camera around. There's Teen Titans. I'll try and move it closer for you guys. Okay, this is as far as I'm gonna go. See it yet? Or no? Should I keep going? Oh, the Teen Titans Go to the movies. That one that was released a month ago. Okay. Okay.
Coming this summer.
They're finally going to make a movie about me.
The story of Batman's greatest ally
It's me. That must be me.
and best friend in the whole world.
Finally.
Belford, the movie.
Yeah.
It's time to clean up this city.
That actually does look pretty good.
They're really making movies about every superhero.
Has there been a movie about
was a Green Lantern movie, but we don't talk about that.
They make one about me.
I'm afraid no. I only make movies about real superheroes.
Well, they are making a Shazam movie.
Titans, you guys are never actually doing anything heroic.
What about that time we discovered that sweet diner and they had that food?
That wasn't even a crime. You didn't save anything.
We saved room for desire.
Having a movie is the only way to be seen as a real hero.
What about an arch nemesis?
Stop right there.
Deadpool?
Why does everybody think of Deadpool?
I thought Deadpool was a good guy.
By the way, he should be saying that he's not me. Okay, because I came out like way before he did. I'm pretty sure you're Deadpool. I am.
It just figured out that Uncharted movie will come out. Okay, well, not saying you're wrong. Just I will totally buy into it once I see a trailer for it. Guess I don't know about that. It's coming out December 31st this year. Okay. I don't know if I 100% believe that at the moment, not saying that you're wrong. It's one of those cases where I've been hearing it for like 2 years that's going to come out. And I guess I just need to see a trailer for it to 100% buy into. I guess what I'm saying. Anyways.
If we can make him our arch nemesis, then they will see that we're worthy of a movie.
I'm not interested in fighting a bunch of sidekicks and a half a robot. Oh man, I'm never letting you fly my body again. The whole world will be under my control. Destroy them.
How big is your army?
Oh, for the mighty.
Whoa, they're doing Adam like that?
We're taking you down.
How are you gonna do it? What are you gonna fart on me? You wanna have a dance off? You gonna annoy me to death with your waffles?
Oh, okay, that Teen Skull movie actually looks better than I expected it to look. I might go to the theaters to watch it. I don't know. I prefer the original Teen Titans, to be honest, over the Teen Titans Go. That's just me. That's just me. I don't know how you guys feel. I've seen a few episodes of the Teen Titans Go, and I was saying, I prefer the original. Still do. Still do. I wonder if there's any Kingdom Hearts trailers. Blockbuster Superman. So okay. After that video, I'm going to see if they got any Kingdom Hearts trailers that was recently released. Blockbuster. Oh no, I'll do the Blockbuster Buster Superman first, since you technically requested it before I said anything about it. Okay, Blockbuster Superman's. Is this review? Which one? That? Oh no, I'm switching the camera around. Which one between the two? The one that says literally live, or the one that says the one on the right, or the one on the left? That's the one I have. Okay. Which is also 20 minutes.
Did you know that after the massive success of the Tim Burton Batman movies, Warner Brothers nearly produced a Superman movie directed by Burton and starring Nicolas Cage as the Man of Steel? I couldn't make this stuff up even if
Wait, are you
tried.
kidding me?
But today,
Nicolas Cage almost
that's what
became
it's all
the
about.
Man of
The segment
Steel.
I like to call Greetings, fanboys and fangirls. I'm Rodden of the Blockbuster Buster, and welcome to my most requested episode of Legends of Fandom. For those of you who are new, this is a video series in which I discuss fanboy films and shows that were never made. And even though I received over 100 requests to talk about Superman Lives, I was still a little bit apprehensive. Why? Because there's already an amazing documentary telling the full story of this unmade movie's production, which was directed and hosted by Jon Schnepp.
Oh, I'm
Documentary
familiar
is
with Jon
excellent.
Schnepp.
I highly recommend it, and for this reason, I do not wish to plagiarize it. So out of respect to Jon Schnepp's work in this video, I'm going to primarily be doing 3 things. I'm going to summarize the story of the production. I'm going to talk about the 5 different versions of the script that this movie had before it was canceled, and I will be giving my opinion as a long-term Superman fan along the way. But before I start, once again, I would like to encourage each and every one of you to seek out and watch The Death of Superman Lives. What happened? All right, now that that's clear, let me take you back to the late 80s and let's explore the state of the comic book business at the time to provide a little context to this story. This was around the end of the Bronze Age of comics, where we had seen a few mature ideas be introduced to the world of comics, but ultimately wacky high-concept sci-fi still ruled the genre. Then suddenly, without warning, 2 comic books changed the industry forever. Those comics were Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns and Alan Moore's Watchmen. Both comics presented a deconstruction of the superhero genre, all the while providing a darker, more grounded, edgier tone, which made other comic books look like Saturday morning cartoons. These 2 comic book series became massive hits.
They're actually playing the Dark Knight trilogy theme song. I think it's Batman Begins theme song in the background.
Darker books, and thus began the era of the anti-heroes.
Or maybe the Dark Knight theme song. It's not the Dark Knight Rises though.
The downfall of the traditional heroes, and beloved characters like Superman saw a decline in popularity and sales. And so, DC Comics developed a plan to revamp the character for a modern age, with the now legendary story, The Death of Superman, in which the Man of Steel meets his demise at the hands of the hulking beast known as
Doomsday.
On the film side of things, Warner Brothers was experiencing massive success with the Batman franchise, which was adapted into a much darker tone by Tim Burton. So logic would dictate that their next step would be to adapt Superman in the same manner, by using the storyline that ushered the Man of Steel into the modern age, the death of Superman. So pre-production began on a little project that at the time was called Superman Reborn.
Oh, before I continue, do you guys want to see me react to the Star Wars movies, since I got the prequels, the original trilogy, Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, and Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Which I can also do Rogue One, A Star Wars Story on Netflix as well. But do you want me to react to the... Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I'm not promising that I'll do it today, because I also want some gaming in today on this channel. But I will do it in the future. That's a promise.
Now, in my research, I could not find the name of the person that wrote the first draft to this script. But if that individual chooses to remain anonymous, I completely understand, because the movie would have gone like this. So basically, Clark Kent is the first to confess his feelings and his secret identity to Lois Lane, but he just can't do it when suddenly Doomsday attacks. They get into an epic brawl, but ultimately Doomsday mortally Superman. As the Man of Steel is dying in Lois's arms, he confesses his love and his true identity as he dies a hero's death. Now I know what you're thinking. Erod, that doesn't sound that bad. Well, buckle up, because this is where the story goes banana balls.
Banana balls?
His life force magically goes inside Lois Lane, impregnates her. Then a few days later, she gives birth to a Kryptonian child who instantaneously grows up to 21 years of age.
Oh, wow.
And then this magical offspring goes on to fight and defeat Doomsday and assume the mantle of Superman. I think I speak for everyone when I say, holy merciful Zeus, thank God this wasn't made. Shortly after this draft was completed, Jon Peters became the producer of Superman Reborn. Now, before we go any further, I think it's very important that all of you are aware that while Jon Peters might be a very powerful, rich, successful Hollywood producer, the guy is a bit of a meatball.
Rick comes into the art department and he goes, man, we just had a meeting with Jon Peters, and John Dexter, the art director, was trying to explain something to him, and he put me like in a headlock. Man, it hurt.
Yeah, you might want to remember that because we're going to come back to it later. Anyway, one of Jon Peters' first acts as producer of this movie was, of course, to have the script rewritten, this time by Gregory Poirier.
Jorge. I like that last name, Jorge.
This was the first draft to use Brainiac as the main antagonist. The story would have centered around...
Whoa, I just realized. Speaking of Brainiac, I don't remember ever seeing a live-action Brainiac before. Was there a live-action Brainiac? I still want to know. I genuinely want to know. If so, I'm hoping the DCEU, if it picks up that in the second Justice League movie, it will show us Brainiac. But they have to step up their A game, especially if they want to either be at the same level or go a higher level than the MCU. Just saying. Anyways.
Being able to cope with his dual identity and even attending therapy sessions to find an answer to his internal crisis. Yes, a comic book movie with multiple scenes that would have taken place in a therapist's office.
Wait, do you guys also want to see my Keyblades?
Suddenly, Brainiac arrives on Earth on a mission to destroy everything Kryptonian.
That was seriously a live-action Brainiac? What?
Brainiac genetically engineers Doomsday to kill Superman, who then succeeds in doing so. Then Superman spends the majority of the second and third act of the movie walking around heaven, debating on whether to come back to Earth or not. Yep.
Well, live-action Brainiac?
But this time in heaven. That's awesome. Eventually, Supes gets bored of being in heaven and just decides to come back to life. Well, that was easy. Initially, he comes back without his powers, but in the end, he magically wills his powers to come back.
So what, is Superman like Goku from Dragon Ball Z?
Just in time to defeat Brainiac. While this version had lots of good elements to it, like Brainiac being the main antagonist as opposed to a dumb, brainless monster like Doomsday, I am beyond glad that I didn't have to sit through 6 or 7 scenes of Superman having philosophical discussions about his duality and his place in the world. So once again, I am so glad they didn't make this movie. So the film remained in development hell for several years until famed director, writer, and fellow fanboy Kevin Smith offered to write a new draft of the script after reading the abysmal second draft. Peters agreed to let Smith take a stab at it, with a few minor caveats. Apparently, in this new draft, Peters didn't want Superman to fly, or wear his signature red, yellow, and blue costume.
It sounds really stupid.
I don't want him in that costume. No, that's true.
Yes, you did, and you know it, you meatball. It was Kevin Smith's suggestion to do away with the title Superman Reborn, as he felt that it sounded weak. And thus, he began work on the first script to ever bear the title Superman Lives. Version 3.
That is stupid. Superman not flying or having his super suit.
Closely follows the events of the death and return of Superman storylines from the comics. In his version, Brainiac remains the villain, but this time he blocks out the sun in order to.
But after this video, you guys want me to show you my 3
Brainiac
Keyblades.
teams up with Lex Luthor to create Doomsday, who then kills Superman. However, Superman's remains are recovered by the Eradicator, who
The
brings Superman of Steel
Eradicator,
back to
okay.
life, but without his powers. The Eradicator then replicates
Okay, the
Superman's powers
Eradicator.
synthetically, long enough for Superman to fight Brainiac and Luthor, until his powers eventually return naturally after being re-exposed to sunlight. While Smith is the best Superman story that I've ever read, it does show a lot of love and affection to the source material. It is a story written by a fan for the fans. Smith was innovative.
See,
in
Kathleen
exploring
Kennedy
the
needs
dominant
to
concept
says
by
needs some
incorporating as
lessons
many references
with
and
that for
cameos of
Star
other
Wars.
DC properties into his script. He did so in order to make the movie feel like it was part of a larger universe. This, of course, is a concept that is very commonly used nowadays by the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The most popular example of this from Smith's script is a cameo in which Batman appears on screens all over the city during Superman's funeral and encourages the people of the world not to lose hope. For this reason, I feel that Kevin Smith's script is a must-read for any true blue Superman fans. Of course, after his initial draft, producer John Peters started to make one dumb suggestion after the other. Hey, when Brainiac is on his way to the Fortress of Solitude, how about he fights a polar bear for no reason? And hey, how about at the end, Superman fights a giant spider because, why not? Yeah, that's what the death of Superman was all
Well,
about.
if
A
Superman
giant
fights
spider.
a giant spider, I wouldn't mind, but there has to be some reasoning behind it besides, oh yeah, okay, we need to have Superman fight a giant spider just because we want to. No, there must be a reason. And if there's a reason, then I'll be totally up for Superman fighting the spider. Just saying.
This tacked-on suggestion by John Peters is so notorious that Bruce Timm and the DC animated team even referenced it when they adapted The Death of Superman into an animated feature called Superman Doomsday, where we actually see Superman fight a giant mechanical spider, and they even went as far as to give Kevin Smith a cameo.
Like we really needed him to bust up the mechanical spider, right? Lame.
Incidentally, after Superman Lives, John Peters went on to produce Wild Wild West for Warner Brothers. And at the end of that movie, guess what? Giant spider. Of course, that movie went on to bomb like a nuclear blast, but that's besides the point. The sweet irony of Kevin Smith's involvement with the project is that he not only came up with the title of the movie, but he was also the one who suggested that Tim Burton should be the director. After all, Burton worked his magic on Batman. Why wouldn't he be able to do the same for Superman? But then, of course, one of Burton's first acts after coming on board as director was to fire Kevin Smith.
Wow,
Yep,
that's
Kevin
bogus.
Smith pretty much signed his own death warrant. And of course, when Tim Burton became the director, he brought in his good friend and longtime collaborator, Wesley Strick, to rewrite the script.
That was bogus of Tim Burton to do to Kevin
Now,
Smith.
Wesley Strick's script is actually pretty close to Kevin Smith's with a few major differences. For starters, Strick got rid of all the DC Comics references and cameos and put the majority
Why?
of the focus on Superman's status as an alien and an outsider. Which, let's face it, those are the types of characters that Tim Burton loves to tell stories about. Misfits who just don't fit in. For this reason, Burton was very adamant about Nicolas Cage playing Superman, as he wanted an actor who made it very apparent that Superman was an alien every second
Oh.
he was on screen.
Oh, speaking of Nicolas Cage, how do you feel about Nicolas Cage being a version of the Joker? Because I personally wouldn't mind. But how would you guys feel if Nicolas Cage becomes the Joker?
Because while Cage can easily play a larger-than-life hero, Burton was also very confident that Cage could nail the nerdy awkwardness of Clark Kent, who Burton saw as Superman's failed attempt at fitting in, and would come off as more of an alien than Superman. And to be perfectly honest, that is a very legitimately interesting take on the character. Among Strick's other changes to the story, he would have had Superman resurrected and nursed back to health by a robotic companion named Kay, instead of the Eradicator. Kay was supposed to be a robotic nanny that Superman's parents would have provided him to ensure his survival. Not only would
Oh,
he
it's
resurrect
my
Superman
better,
in order to Fields
It's
directed. But when
53%.
Superman came back without his powers, Kay would have become a biomechanical suit that would have replicated his abilities in order for him to still be able to fight Brainiac. And the other major change would have been that ultimately Brainiac would betray Lex Luthor and merge with him to become an amalgamated creature referred to in the script as Lexiac. Now, every time strict of Tim Burton for coming up with the idea of Brainiac and Lex Luthor mashing up together like some kind of a horror monster. When the fact of the matter is that that concept transpired in the comics way before this movie went into production. More specifically, in Superman number 423, which was part of the seminal storyline Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, which is one of the most famous Superman storylines of all time. Lexiac was also referenced in the finale of season 4 of Justice League the Animated Series.
Oh, I remember
It is
that.
revealed that Brainiac had been hiding inside Lex Luthor for years. And yes, the creators of that show have confirmed multiple times that this was a reference to Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, not Superman Lives. Okay, so are we clear on that? Good. Let's move on. Other than Nicolas Cage as Superman, Tim Burton intended to cast Sandra Bullock as Lois Lane, Chris Rock as Jimmy Olsen. I am not kidding. Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor, and yes, that is how he ended up playing Lex Luthor in that Superman movie that everyone loves. And while there were a lot of rumors that Jim Carrey was slated to play Brainiac, Tim Burton has confirmed that his number one choice to play the cybernetic villain was Christopher Walken. Alright, while I might not be crazy about Nicolas Cage playing Superman, Sandra Bullock as Lois Lane, Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor, and Christopher Walken as Brainiac? That sounds awesome. Unfortunately, Warner Brothers found Wesley Strick's draft of the script to be a little too artsy-fartsy, so they had Tim Burton fire him, and then Warner Brothers brought in veteran Gilroy's less artsy and more action-packed version. Brainiac is not only responsible for destroying Krypton, but son of Krypton for 30 years until he finally finds him on Earth.
30, that's
grown
determined.
into the all-powerful protector of humanity. Thus, Brainiac merges with Lex Luthor to use his knowledge and resources to create Doomsday to kill Superman. Brainiac then proceeds to try and destroy Earth the same way that he destroyed Krypton. But of course, Superman is brought back to life by Kay, who is revealed to actually contain the life essence of Superman's parents. And along with Lois Lane, they save the world from nuclear devastation. And thus, the movie ends with Lois revealing to Superman that she is pregnant. Oh, with his naturally conceived child, not with his weird, magical life essence progeny thing. Man, that was weird. Well, as much as it pains me to admit it, the studio was right. This was the best shooting script. Okay, so they had a good director, an adequate shooting script, a decent cast, amazing costumes designed by the real-life Edna Mode, Colleen Atwood. So at this point, you're probably wondering why wasn't this movie made? I can answer that question for you with 3 words. Batman and Robin. At the time, Warner Brothers' latest and greatest comic book movie was a financial and critical bomb. Not to mention, that they had several box office flops in a row. This, combined with the fact that the studio was receiving heavy criticism from both for casting Nicolas Cage as Superman, that the weight of the recent failure and criticism just became too much to bear. So finally, Warner Brothers caved in and canceled the project. Their official excuse for doing so being that they couldn't afford the monetary risk of producing such an expensive film. At this time, I would like to remind all of you that the very next year they produced the very expensive Wild Wild West, which bombed like a nuclear blast. But that's besides the point. So, how do I feel about all this? Am I glad that Superman Lives wasn't made, or was this a movie that I would have liked to have seen? Yes and no. At least not yet. Look. While I'm sure that Tim Burton would have made a Superman movie that was worth seeing, I don't think it was the right time to come out with a new take on the character. Why? Because the sad fact of the matter is that after all these years, Warner Brothers is yet to produce a definitive Superman movie. Yes, the Richard Donner movies captured the magic and wonder of Superman, but they didn't capture the full scope of Superman's world, or the essence of the character, at least not as fully as the animated series. And the rest of the Superman movies just make the character look lame and one-dimensional. If you don't know what I'm talking about, take a moment to look at the first Batman movie, the first Ninja Turtles movie, or the first Spider-Man movie. Whether you love them or hate them, all of those films contain everything that makes these characters great.
That's
You can
true.
point at any of them and say that is the definitive film on that franchise. Unfortunately,
At least
you
about the
cannot
Ninja
say
Turtles
that
and Spider-Man
about
part.
any
I don't know
other
about the
Superman
Batman part.
film. And until the day that we have a definitive Superman movie, I don't think anyone should try and change the property and give the character their own spin, even if that person just so happens to be one of the greatest directors of all time. So that is the story and my opinion of Superman Lives. Now, once again, before I sign off, I would like to recommend John Schnepp's documentary to each and every one of
Okay.
you.
Well, I found that video pretty entertaining, enjoyable. Definitely learned some lessons from there. So I'll do one more request on what video you guys want me to see before I end this live stream. And while I'm waiting for you guys to tell me, I'll search for new Kingdom Hearts videos. Oh yeah, I've seen that trailer for Kingdom Hearts. The one with the classic mode. Well, while I'm waiting for you guys to tell me which video you wanted me to watch, I'm gonna watch. Okay. But before I do that, I want to watch the Kingdom Hearts trailer, one of the Kingdom Hearts trailers, real quick. Kingdom Hearts 3 theme song trailer, don't think twice, I guess. I'm excited for Kingdom Hearts 3. That final game will... Excuse me. Alright, so this is going to be just the trail, like the theme song for the trailer, or the theme song for the actual game? I wonder. My brother got me into Kingdom Hearts, and I played Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, Birth by Sleep, and there's one more I'm forgetting. Wait, Birth by Sleep. Actually, that's all the Kingdom Hearts games I actually played, because I got the two collections. The first one, the second one. That I can't play anymore because my PlayStation decides to act like a jerk and let me play on my disc games. Oh yeah, Monster Inc. is going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3, which is cool. The graphics looks amazing. And Sora's new outfit looks pretty cool. I don't know how I feel about Sora. I know, it took like them long enough. Can or is Riku, they having it in Japanese, and Riku saying, can't use this keyblade anymore. Might as well leave it here. And they're at the where Aqua was in the secret ending to Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. In case of the other me needs it. Wait, so wait, they're gonna have Data Riku, or the clone Riku, the replica Riku, being Kingdom Hearts 3? Ah, snap! That is awesome. Okay. Okay, guys. This is my last video. Oh, so Tea Titans review. Okay. This is gonna be my last video for this live stream. So, I'm going to switch the camera on. So, which one is it? You would know the image better than I would. Which one you talk about? The honest review, Teen Titans, Part 1 of. Because in my next, I'll most likely make another version, like another live stream of me doing, Okay. Well, how about this? I'll see Part 1, for my last, video for this. And then my live stream, my next live stream, how I will end my next live stream, I'll do the part 2 to this. That way, it can be what happens next. Because they both are at least 20 minutes long. And I want my phone to hurry up its charge so I can play in the next game. I'm thinking about starting up Borderlands 2 for my next live. Screw it, I'll watch both. So I can get that out of the way. So part 2 of this video is going to be my last video before I end the live stream.
Young at heart but mature in spirit, band together to watch over their city.
And then I'm going to end this live stream so my phone can hurry up and charge so I can get the part.
Crime fighting teams. And when there's trouble, you know who to call. The Teen Titans. Sharpen your boomerangs and charge your sonic cannons. It's time for DC Semper.
So after I see part 2, I'm not accepting any more video requests in this video. Yeah, I'm going to actually do part 1 and 2 in this video. Since I want the next live stream to be dedicated to like 100% dedicated to whatever game I'll play without having any other games or videos in it.
Greetings, fanboys and fangirls. I'm Erod, and I'm the Blockbuster Buster. While I was fortunate enough at a young age to be exposed to the majority of the definitive and best representation of all comic book characters, I'm sad to report that unfortunately that was not the case with the Teen Titans, as my first few introductions to the team were not good ones. The first time I ever laid eyes on the crime-fighting teams was actually on the original Justice League cartoon. The show consisted of animated shorts starring the different members of the Justice League. And every great now and again, they would stick a Teen Titans short at the end of an episode. And I thought these were terribly lame. But I was wise enough to know that genuine source material is far superior to any adaptation. So I decided to check out the comic anyway, and my God, did I hate it.
Okay, Raymond. Just I'll let you guys know, and I'll say this again if you comment in the comment section again, Raymond. But while I'm live streaming, I am not going to accept any calls, because if I do accept calls while live streaming, then that will kind of like make the live stream. It was Rain Diamond calling me, and I was just going to explain I'm not going to accept any like calls on live streaming because it will disrupt the live stream, and I don't want to do that. When I'm live streaming, I want to dedicate all the time to you guys, and whatever calls I might get, I'll call you guys back after I'm done live streaming.
Teen Titans comic was the exact
Oh, sorry
opposite
about
of
that.
Linkara's. While his exposure
Oh, I'm saying it this again, since I'm guessing that's you in the call. Who's calling? In the chat room. I'm not going to accept any calls while I'm in the live streaming, because I would disrupt the live stream, and I don't want to do that. So I promise I'll call you after I'm done with this live stream.
complete adverse effect on me. I found the first few Titans book that I ever read.
But you can at least text me outside of this live stream, and I'll be able to see it without the live stream
So
beginning.
at a very early age, I turned my back on the Titans and never thought to look back until 2003. When at the peak of the popularity of the Justice League animated series, it was announced that DC Animated was producing a Teen Titans.
Because I don't
cartoon.
believe in
Initially,
ignoring
in my head,
people,
I pictured the original Teen Titans lineup. It
but
was
I
the same
will
comprised
call.
entirely
So
of
if you guys
sidekicks.
call me,
But as it turns out, the
I will
lineup
call
was
you
going
back,
to be
but
based
after
on
the
Mark
live stream,
Wolfman, George
whenever I'm
Perez's
live
run of the
streaming.
book, in which the team was made up mostly
So it's not
of
like I'm
original
going to
characters.
really
But
ignore you,
original
ignore you.
characters that I flat out didn't care for. But I figured, what the hell? I'll check it out. At the time, I also found out that Teen Titans would not take place in the established DC animated universe, which means that the Titans would never cross over with Justice League, Batman Beyond, or Static Shock. This also did not sound promising. Shortly after, I read an interview with series executive producer Glenn Murakami revealing that the show was going to have brief moments in which the animation would change from traditional American animation to over-the-top extreme anime style.
There you go.
This sounded like absolute horseshit to me, as I felt that the two styles would never mesh, and quite frankly, they didn't. And for a while there, I honestly considered not watching the show, but the trailers looked pretty damn good. So I changed my mind and I decided to give the show a chance. So I checked it out, and I thought it was okay. Just okay. Luckily, I've always had a 3-episode rule when it comes to new shows. The next episode was a little better, but it was the 3rd episode that sealed the deal and made me a full-blown fan. Now, before I start reviewing the show, I would like to clarify that I will not be doing a lot of compare and contrast between the TV show and the comic. And no, that has nothing to do with me not being a fan of the book, but more to do with the fact that Linkara already covered said differences during his March of the Titans series of reviews, which I highly, highly, highly recommend all of you check out. This video, for the most part, will focus on the show. So let's begin with the plot. When the Gordians invade San Francisco in an effort to recapture their war prisoner, Princess Starfire of Tamaran, their attack brings together the most unlikely band
I don't
of
remember
heroes
that
ever
episode.
assembled. The Emerald Changeling, Beast Boy. The Dark Witch of Azareth, Raven. Part man, part machine, all heroes. Cyborg. The legendary Boy Wonder, Robin. And the spacefaring powerhouse herself, Starfire. Separated, they're just
Dilly dilly.
misfits.
But you got my
Together,
what I was saying, right, Ray? You were in here. When I was saying when I'm live streaming, I'm not going to accept any calls. I'll call you back. I'll call you after I'm done live streaming if you ever want to call. Okay.
In Titans, when there's trouble, you know who to call. Cast and characters. Because the majority of the characters were not completely.
But give me a few
defined
minutes
in the
after I'm
comics,
done live streaming, because I got.
the majority of the actors
Because
in the show had the
after
benefit
this,
of
I gotta
having
brush
the
my teeth. I
characters
just realized I haven't
around
brushed my
them
teeth yet.
and playing to the actor's strengths. Henceforth, the cast of this show fits the series like a glove, and the fact that they mostly picked younger actors didn't hurt either. With that said, let's start this off by playing tribute to the cast senior member and one of my top 5 favorite actors.
Right, I forgot Deathstroke was in. Like, I forget the. Oh my god, the guy who played Hellboy did the voice of Deathstroke or Slade in Teen Titans.
From the comic that I cannot stand. His name has always been Deathstroke. He was the only.
Well, technically, they didn't really change his name, really, because Deathstroke's real name is Slade Wilson, so they didn't really change it at all.
Deathstroke would be frightening for kids. I'm sorry, but that's the kind of studio committee focus group bullshit that pisses me off. It's like changing the Punisher to the wrist slapper, or the Ghost Rider to the scary cyclist.
Not really.
It's a change that is equally as unnecessary.
Not really. Not in this case. I have to disagree with him.
Review, I will continue referring to this great character by the great
Only because it's a name. So I wasn't faced by the slight name differences only because that was his real
He
name.
also voiced Clayface in Batman the Animated Series and Orion in Superman the Animated Series. But this is the first time he ever voiced the central villain in one of their shows. Unlike his comic book counterpart, who's a master mercenary, the Deathstroke in this show was very much an all-powerful mastermind with aspirations for world domination. Thankfully, the one character trait that they did carry over from the comic just so happens to be my favorite, and that is Deathstroke's willingness to get his hands dirty. I love how he is not the type of villain to let his minions do all the heavy lifting. Deathstroke will jump into the fray and kick some Titan ass with the best of them. Ron's performance as Deathstroke is so cool, it's practically frozen. The guy is so calm and even-tempered that he makes David Xanatos look nervous. And as I've stated before, there is nothing more unnerving as someone that does despicable things with complete emotional detachment.
On the contrary, Robin. This is only the beginning.
Where's the real trigger?
Trigger. There is no trigger. Because there is no detonator.
Alright, before I start talking about the Titans, I find it important to mention that this show most definitely takes place in its own universe. The Titans are never seen in their civilian identities. They don't go to school, they don't answer to any grown-ups or guardians, and they are rarely seen out of costume. Hell, there are even some episodes where you see them sleeping fully dressed. It's a little weird, but believe it or not, you get used to it. As part of the mission statement of the show, Glenn Murakami wanted to make the characters as relatable as possible. So he modeled each character after your stereotypical high school archetypes. Let's begin exploring said archetypes with...
Beast Boy. The guy who did Beast Boy was also the guy who played Mike Anslow the 2012 series Ninja Turtles.
Even ones that are extinct. Catchphrase? While Beast Boy's origins were never revealed throughout the course of the series, it is established that he was once a member of the severely underrated DC superhero team, the Doom Patrol, and that he joined the Titans shortly after the team disbanded. Now, Greg Sipes is a big fat hippie. He's easygoing, laid back, and very zen. A lot of this shines through his performance as Beast Boy, with the occasional hilarious overreaction. And I absolutely love how Beast Boy is a vegetarian.
As long as it's vegetarian.
Come on, man. How can you deny me the all-meat experience?
Dude, I've been most of those animals.
He was? I didn't know that.
She is the introverted goth of the group, with mystical abilities that allow her to give motion to inanimate objects, create force fields and portals, and at times...
And now that you say something, I can see that in both Alien Force, Ultimate Alien, and that Ant Ben Tenso Army First. No, Army First is still better than the stupid remake they have on Cartoon Network.
But for the most part, she is typecasted as really cute or really girly characters. Raven is one of the few characters that she plays where she completely transforms and disappears.
Taylor Song played Raven? Oh, yeah.
Her countenance changes when she becomes Raven.
Raven's on there. She's not very fat. She never got very fat either.
Raven is my favorite because she's both beautifully complex and delightfully simple. On one hand, she is a creature of prophecy who is predestined to destroy the world when she gives birth to her own demonic father. Damn! But on the other hand, she is an easily annoyed roommate who's just too mature for her age. My favorite type of characters are the ones whose motivations are clear. Raven, for example, has good reasons for being gloomy and emotionally detached. For starters, her origins are very tragic. And secondly, she can't afford to have emotional outbursts, or she will lose control of her powers.
It's pointless to be upset about Cyborg.
While most fans gravitate to her hilarious odd couple relationship with Beast Boy,
Little help here? I'll do funny. I
personally preferred the very subtle relationship she had with Robin, as the two seem to be kindred spirits. Keep in mind, Robin also had tragic origins.
Yeah.
His parents were murdered when he was very young. I always appreciate all the little private moments between the two. They always seem to be on the same page. They trusted each other, indefinitely. Not like a boyfriend, even siblings. More like a couple of vice detectives that had been partners for a long time. My personal philosophy in life is very simple. Expect the worst, but always hope for the best. And very few characters
Amen to
are as
that.
hopeful as Raven. She was born to end the world, and yet she fights to save it. And that is awesome.
No one defeats Dr. Light. No one.
Remember me?
I'd like to go to jail now, please.
Cyborg.
Cyborg, played by Gary Payton. He is a walking oxymoron.
Guy who did Cyborg also did Azrael and Batman Arkham City and Batman Arkham Knight.
Catchphrase?
I'm only gonna say this once. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now, in the comics, Cyborg is a character that has infinite potential. He has a cool origin, cool abilities, but zero personality. This was something that was immediately rectified in the cartoon. Gary Payton brings so much energy to the role that it's infectious. It wouldn't surprise me if Gary needs a nap after every recording session.
Give me a booyah out there. I'm gonna say booyah. Booyah! Give me a booyah.
You mean the guy who was Cyborg in
Cyborg's origins were never
Teen Titans?
revealed. We know that he used to be an amazing athlete that was involved in a huge accident, which led him to be transformed into the cybernetically enhanced crime fighter that we know and love.
I had an accident, and now I'm a monster, all right? A cyborg.
But the show does make something completely clear. Cyborg
Well,
loves
actually,
life. He savors every moment,
unless if
every
you're
night,
talking about the
every
Kingdom
meal.
Hearts
Fate gave him
version,
a second chance, and he
you'll be wrong
appreciates
about
every
that.
second of it. On the flip side of that,
It's actually a different guy who did Rafiki in the actual Lion King movies. Robert, I think the first name is Robert. I forgot the last name.
Voiced by none other than Ernie Hudson.
But sadly, the actor who did Rafiki's voice in the Lion King movies. Oh, the TV show. Okay. Then I don't doubt that then. Because the one in the movies, and possibly in Kingdom Hearts, is dead. That actor is dead, unfortunately. He died last year, I want to say.
He's the extreme sport aficionado who leads the team into battle with the greatest battle cry since Avengers Assemble. Hey, go! Now, Robin is already one of the most famous comic book characters ever created. He needs no introduction. But my God, did this show make him even more popular. This Robin is just done being the compliant sidekick of the Dark Knight. He takes charge. He beats the bad guys. And in spite of having no powers, he is the most badass member of the team, taking on major villains on his own throughout the series with no backup, armed only with his guts and his wits. Very much like the Flash in Justice League, Robin's identity was heavily debated throughout the entirety of the first season, to nauseating lengths. Some claim that the Robin in this show was Tim Drake, who was Robin in the last season of Batman the Animated Series. They believe this because of an infamous throwaway line from the
Which character was he?
Shock episode Hard as Nails.
So where's Robin? With the Titans.
The who?
You'll meet him someday.
No, he won't. But say la vie. This little line fueled idiotic arguments.
I actually wouldn't mind a Static Shock live action movie. I actually want it.
Was that this Robin was Dick Grayson, because this show took place in a separate universe from the established DC animated universe. And on top of that, at the time, in the comics, Dick Grayson was the only Robin who had served with the Titans. Thankfully, definitive answers were given the following seasons, when Starfire travels to the future and finds that in 20 years' time, Robin will become Nightwing, Dick Grayson's second superhero alter ego. We also see in the episode Fractured that Robin's alternate reality doppelganger, Larry's real name is Dick Grayson spelled backwards. And in the episode Haunted, Raven establishes a psychic link with Robin and briefly takes a look inside his mind, where you clearly see Dick Grayson's parents falling from the trapeze. And you can briefly see the famous scene from Detective Comics number 38, in which Dick takes his crime-fighting oath with Batman. Scott has voiced a lot in the animated universe before Titans, but never any central characters. And boy, did he step up to the plate and knock it out of the park. And to be perfectly honest, he is my favorite actor to ever portray the Boy Wonder.
That's it? No double cross? No cryptic threat?
I kept my word. How about a little gratitude?
This doesn't change anything. If I ever see you again.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
Starfire, played by Hidden Walsh.
She is
The girl who plays Starfire
optimistic
played the
alien powerhouse of this Mary
Princess
Beth,
Bubblegum
your
in
typical fish out of
Adventure
water,
Time.
who takes the role of the foreign exchange student with Grand Assault. Catchphrase?
Oh, yeah, Glorious.
Now, why did I save Starfire for last? Well, you see, all four of them had a season-long arc, in which they each had to overcome major personal issues as well as defeat a personal arch nemesis. Starfire never got this, even though her backstory had the most potential for a season-long arc. I mean, she's the soul
Oh, yeah, and
Titans get together, for Christ's sake. Her standalone episodes were
Really?
great, and I cannot be the only one who would have loved to have
I know
watched
Tara Strong
all
also
season
does
of
Harley
Titans
Quinn,
in
like
space fighting to
a
save
bunch
the
of
planet Terran
versions
from
of
the
Harley Quinn as
demands
well.
or from
Tara Strong who
Starfire's
did
evil sister,
Raven.
Blackfire, who's also played by Hindon Walsh. Now that would have been awesome. Hindon's performance as Starfire had this beautiful magic about it, that while she never let you forget that Starfire was an alien, the character was still very relatable, especially to young girls. In fact, the majority of my female friends, most of which who had never opened a comic book in their lives, were watching this show simply because of Starfire. Sadly, most of them also gave me the very similar report of loving the character so much they decided to check out the comic book. And then being very, very, very disappointed that Starfire's comic book counterpart is nothing like the anime.
Well, of course.
No way to lose potential readers, DC. So why is Starfire so great? Why do so many girls from different walks of life gravitate towards this character? My personal theory is this. Women are often chastised and ridiculed for being governed by their emotions. Starfire is the character that says, fuck that shit. My power comes from my emotions. And I do mean that literally.
Starfire. What happened back there? Why couldn't you fly?
Tamaranian powers are inclined by our emotions.
Hey, how do you fly this thing?
You must feel flight.
What?
When you feel the unbridled joy of flight, you will fly.
What do I have to feel to use Starbolts?
Riser's fury.
Your alien strength?
Boundless confidence.
Starfire is also the most inadvertently funny character on the show, as she may not fit into Earth culture, but my god does she try.
Hey, hot alien girl.
I did not know we were supposed to bring shovels.
That actually was a pretty funny show.
How many Okarans does it take to hoagie a Morphlark? Finbar!
Wait.
Boogers? Boogers!
And I love it when Starfire curses in Tamaranian.
Someone's claws are on my Grebnax. My bad.
Starfire has so much in common with I Dream of Jeannie. She's the most powerful woman in the room, yet she chooses to use her powers to serve. She is in love with a guy that is oblivious to her affections. And she has an evil sister. Incidentally, you ever notice how Blackfire speaks English better than Starfire?
When we were little, I was always rescuing Starfire.
I have a theory about this too. You see, Tamaranians have the ability to learn an entire language simply by kissing someone. Now, as far as we know, Starfire only kissed Robin in order to learn English. So, if she only kissed one person and her English is adequate, all the while Blackfire's English is perfect, then that means that Blackfire did a lot more kissing than Starfire when she got to Earth. Well, there is nothing left to say but that the animated Starfire is the most underrated feminist icon of all. Tough, highly spirited, and wearing her emotions on her sleeve. And now, for your listening pleasure, here's Hindon Walsh telling a Yo Mama joke as Starfire.
Your mama is so wonderful. That one time, we all got together and ate shorts.
Okay. So, just as a reminder, because I kind of am starting part 2 of this, just as a reminder, after this video, I'm ending this live stream, so I'm taking no more requests of what video you guys want me to watch for this live stream. I'll most likely do another video of me surfing YouTube and have you guys request videos I watch, but after this video, I'm taking no more requests for this video, especially since this would definitely go over the time I originally said. That said, starting the video.
Season 1. Unlike the cartoons of the 80s and early 90s, whose first seasons would be comprised of 50 to 60 episodes, Teen Titans was one of the first shows to have a now more standard 13 episode season, with the currently customary season-long arc, with a few standalone episodes in between. Interestingly enough, the first episode produced for the series, Divide and Conquer, was not the first one aired. Instead, they aired Final Exam first, which sees the Teen Titans take on a team of teen supervillains from the Hive Academy. While I'm usually the first guy to complain when a show is out of order, I feel that this was a wise decision, as Final Exam showcases the Titans and their team dynamic a lot better than Divide and Conquer, which mostly focuses on Robin and Cyborg having a pissing contest. Also, I find it interesting that in the first episode aired, there is a scene that alludes to Robin being killed in battle. Coincidentally, the same thing happened in the Justice League pilot, Secret Origins, only it was Batman that was allegedly killed off. But come on, be honest. Did anyone truly believe that they would kill off Robin in the first episode aired? This was just as weak of a mislead as when they allegedly killed off Aragorn in the second Lord of the Rings movie, when everybody knew that the next film was going to be called The Return of the King.
Yeah.
The episode that made me into a full-blown fan was Switched, in which Raven and Starfire switched bodies, which is your standard sci-fi scenario, but I've never seen it used better than in this episode, as both characters' powers are directly tied to their emotions, which means that our girls must act against character if they are going to control their powers and save the boys from a grisly fate.
The lock. Azra, Metreon, Pencil. Nice work. Success! Nice work.
This episode resonated with me because it showed that this show wasn't just going to be about the jokes, the action sequences, or the villain of the week. It was about developing these great characters and their relationship, and that is the kind of show that I can get behind of. In this season, we got our first ever Classic Titans cameo, in the form of Aqualad, played by none other than Will Wheaton. I love Aqualad's design in this show. Personally, I feel that he has never looked better, and I think the girls agree. Alright, enough making googly eyes at the handsome Atlantean, as it is time for the Teen Titans Strangest Cases. One of the many things that I always admire about this show is how it would always test the limits of how weird and ridiculous it could be, all the while
Star Wars reference with Cyber turning Wookiee.
We have waffles.
Our first outing into the world of wacky weirdness is Detention, which sees the Titans kidnapped by the posh British baddie Matt Mott, who plans to brainwash them all into compliant little drones. Interesting fact, Matt Mott is played by none other than the legendary Malcolm McDowell, an actor who knows a thing or two about being brainwashed. This is a detail that this particular fanboy appreciates greatly. Now, what's so weird about this episode? Well, instead of using his magic hypno screen to just brainwash the Titans, Maude finds it necessary to bring them to a private school themed fun death traps. Now, is all this shit really necessary? No, but it makes for a fun episode, and you have to give Maude an A for showmanship.
Where did our captor send you?
Jim.
Alright, let's talk about Season 1's arc. In their first outing, the Titans discover that one villain is responsible for all the major super crimes in their city, Deathstroke. Robin becomes deeply obsessed with catching Deathstroke, as he sees it as a rite of passage, his first big opportunity to prove himself as a solo crime fighter, even to the point of hurting and alienating his teammates. The irony is that it turns out that Deathstroke is just as obsessed with Robin as he is with him. Deathstroke is looking for a protege, a worthy apprentice to take over his crime organization when he is gone, and he feels that Robin is the only one worthy to do so. Deathstroke brilliantly, subtly, and covertly begins corrupting Robin to see things his way, much to Robin's resistance, which leads to some great duels between the two. Their battles are the thing of legends, like Buffy versus Fate or Kim Possible versus She-Go. And these fights went on to become one of the major highlights of the show. In the end, Robin must make a choice. What's best for him or what's best for his team? This was a great way to start, as it established what this show does best, using superhero scenarios and concepts as metaphors for real things that young people
You could hardly stand it.
Train your friends and family for the sake of a self-indulgent obsession, when in truth, no one achieves anything alone. And there is no better support system than the people who love you.
Whoever Slade is, you and he are similar. Slade did not trust you, and you did not trust us.
Boo. Wow. Evie. Season 2.
Season 1 was a complete success, and
Yeah.
Cartoon Network quickly ordered 2 more seasons. The Titans
I think he was referencing Harley Quinn there.
the greatest episodes in the entire run of the series.
I thought he was saying Boo as in trying to scare me, Boo.
This show's It's a Wonderful Life episode. You know, when one character travels to an alternate timeline or dimension in which they see just how much of a difference they make. Here, we see Starfire accidentally get sent into the future, all the while fighting the time-traveling villain, Warp. She finds herself in a future where she was missing for 20 years, and in her absence, the Titans disband. Not only do we get to see
wow, baby.
That is so unfair. But we also catch our first glimpse of White Witch Raven, which was pretty exciting for me, as well as a lot of fun little nods to The Dark Knight Returns. This season also introduces my favorite villain in the series, Control Freak, played by Alexander Polisky. He is a villainous fanboy with the power to summon all characters and weapons from any works of fiction. I can dig it. Our next classic Titans cameo came in the form of Speedy, played by Mark Irwin.
Speedy being Red Arrow, and I believe the Teen Titans versions of Speedy was Roy Harper, which I know you know, Mareem. Seeing how you watched Arrow.
Winner Take All, which has one of the
Which based off the Green Arrow.
fight scenes in the entirety of the show. Interesting fact. While Glenn Murakami refused to have the Titans cross over with Justice League, as he felt that if they did so, they would revert back to being...
So when I end this live stream, I'm going to do another live stream an hour after, so I can have like a break from live streaming. Plus, it will give me enough time to talk to Yuring.
Avenger and Speedy show up to help him, but it's not just any version of Speedy. It's the one from Teen Titans. Not only did they use the exact same design from Titans, but Mike Irwin played him in this episode as well. And while we're on the subject of weirdness, the Teen Titans bring this cases.
That's actually driving me bats. You and Raym are pretty good at jokes.
Basically, Robin breaks his arm all the while chasing biker villain Johnny Rancid. This injury sidelines him momentarily, and then, well, I can't really describe to you what happens next and do it justice, so I'll just show you.
Hey! I made it! Robin! Hi!
Now, those of you who haven't seen this episode are probably staring at this in complete unabashed confusion. I'll do my best to explain, but trust me when I say it's not easy. This, thing is Larry the Titan. He is an all-powerful imp from the 5th dimension, like Mr. Mitzius Pitlick or Batmite. Larry is Robin's biggest fan, who travels to our dimension to fix Robin's broken arm using his reality-altering magic, but accidentally ends up warping all of reality into a Nick Jr. nightmare.
Why does the entire world look like it belongs on my grandma's bridge?
This leads to the most banana balls crazy mindfuck
Banana balls?
entirety of the show. Just keep an open mind while watching this one, because this acid trip of an episode is just bizarre enough to give Pendleton Ward a hard-on.
No problem, no problem. If anybody can fix reality, it's my hero, Robin.
What makes you think I can fix it? I don't even understand how we broke it.
All right, let's talk about the arc. The creators did a fantastic job of laying the groundwork in the first season. For the second season, the kid gloves were off, and they weren't fucking around anymore, as they dove straight into the most celebrated storyline in Titans history, the Judas Contract. Now, a lot of purists hate this season, as it is pretty much the PG version of the Judas Contract, which is a very mature comic book story. In the defense of the show, I feel that it was very cool to become the biggest Titan storyline on their second outing, and they did a really good job of making it suitable for all audiences. But I do sympathize with the comic book fans, and keep in mind, this is coming from someone who is not a fan of the comic. And even I admit that the Judas Contract is one of the greatest comic book storylines ever written. So if you get the chance, check it out. In the TV version, you're introduced to a new potential Titan, Terra, played by the lovely and talented Ashley Johnson.
Oh my god, Ashley Johnson did a Gwen in Ben 10. Not, well, Ben 10 Alien Force, Ben 10 Ultimate Alien Force.
Terra is a spy working for Deathstroke, as she is his current apprentice. Robin's betrayal in the first season is nothing compared to Terra's, who tears the team apart, physically and emotionally. Nothing showcases this more than the big superpowered brawl between her and Raven, in which Terra manages...
I have to say this right now, Terra and Teen Titans, Raven and Teen Titans are hot. Just saying.
From both Terra Strong and Ashley Johnson, demonstrating their impressive skill of driving a scene without ever being seen.
Come on, Raven. What stings the most? That I tricked you? That I nearly wiped out your team? That everyone likes me better than you? Stop it. Or is it that deep down inside you really believed I was your friend?
Damn. I forgot about that.
All in all, this arc may not be as good as the comic, but it's still great and worth checking out.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I rarely read comic books, to be honest.
And Beast Boy?
He will be all right.
He just needs a little time.
Season 3. No matter what you think of Season 2, you have to admit, it was huge and epic. Unfortunately, it was so huge and so epic that it makes Season 3 look tame by comparison. I'm not saying that Season 3 is bad, it's just not as good as Season 2. The season starts by introducing the biggest conundrum in the show's history, Red X. X is a mysterious anti-hero very much modeled after Speed Racer's Razor X, whose identity is never revealed. All we know is that he mostly only does things for his own self-gain, and he has some kind of an ambiguous connection to Robin. The theories over Red X's true identity are almost as ridiculous and idiotic as the ones about Robin's identity in the first season. They range from Tim Drake to Jason Todd to Damian Al-Ghul.
Actually, it would make kind of sense with Jason Todd. Okay, this has become a weird trend with both Ashley Johnson and Greg.
As far as the Titans are concerned, at this point in the show,
Characters are couples Kevin X, Gwen, Michael's. Actually, I actually haven't realized that. Okay. That's pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool.
Here, we get to hear him turn up the crazy dial from 9 to 11.
I know what I saw! I have to stop him. I'm the only one who can. And I'll take down anyone who gets in my way.
I totally forgot Robin went psycho for an episode.
Bunny Raven, or How to Make a Titanimal Disappear.
Oh, you look so cute!
While fighting Mumbo, played by Tom Kenny, the Titans are sucked into Mumbo's hat, which is apparently the gateway to Mumbo's world. There, Mumbo turns the Titans into animals, except for Beast Boy. He's a lamb.
I do not like to be a cat in the set. I got the reference.
I love it. Why Ensues is a completely uninhibited variety show which plays tribute to Alice in Wonderland, Rocky and Bullwinkle, and The Muppet Show.
What do you get when you cross a magician with a camera? Hocus pocus!
The tension is excellent. as it seems that
Why do
escaping
those
the
gloves
will
look
that
like
Marvel
Mickey Mouse
controls
gloves?
is completely impossible. And this one has some of the absolute greatest gags in the entirety of the show.
Let me get this straight. We're inside Mumbo's hat, and Raven's inside Mumbo's hat, inside Mumbo's hat.
Good. You're making my brain hurt.
All right, let's talk arc. This is the cyborg-centric season, as we see our favorite Machine Man infiltrate the Hive Academy under the guise of a supervillain named Stone. Incidentally, Cyborg's real name is Victor Stone, and this is the closest he ever gets to using his real name in the entire show. While at the Hive Academy, Cy meets the villain for this season, Brother Blood, played by John DiMaggio. Yes, his name is Brother Blood. How is this an acceptable name when
I think
Deathstroke
Brother
is
Blood was
allegedly
in season
being
2
Anyway,
of
after 2
Arrow.
seasons of
The guy in the
Deathstroke
skull
being the king
mask.
of badassness, Brother Blood just seems like a D-list villain. His shtick
Hold on,
is
I'll be back. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back in a few. Okay, I'm back. Let's finish this
control the minds
video.
of young people. When he sees that he cannot control Cyborg, he becomes obsessed with figuring out how Cyborg can resist his power. He assumes that it has something to do with Cyborg's cybernetic enhancements. So, in order to prepare for Brother Blood and his mind control army, another team of Titans is established on the East Coast. The team consists of Aqualad, Speedy, Bumblebee, played by Takia Crystal Tama, and a couple of speedsters that were made up for the show, called Mas y Menos, played by Freddy Rodriguez. Cyborg even considers permanently joining the Titans East as their leader, but it all turns out to be an elaborate scheme to capture and dissect Cyborg. Like I said, this season is not bad. I I would say
Hmm.
it's average. The real highlight of the season was delving into Cyborg's character and further developing him as a standalone hero.
I never got to finish high school because of this. And when I was at the Hive, for a while there, I actually felt normal.
I've known you before, so to me, you are normal.
Now, before we move on to the last 2 seasons, it is once again time for
Meaningless bad boy.
I have a major bone to pick with the covers of this show's DVDs. The first season had Robin and the Titans in the background. Understandable. He is the leader of the team. The second season, we had Cyborg in the foreground. Well, this is not really Cyborg's season, but he is second in command, so I get it. For season 3, we had Beast Boy in the foreground. So naturally, one would assume that either Raven or Starfire were going to be in the foreground of season 4. More than likely Raven, since it was her season. But no, instead we got this and this.
Yeah.
Really? I know that this was probably a dumb marketing decision, since young boys are more likely to buy this show on DVD, and they are less likely to do so if there's a picture of a girl on the cover, which I think is absolute bullshit, since when I was a kid I liked plenty of female characters, but they have such a great design scheme going. The DVDs look so uniform. Why break that when you're so close to the end? The last 2 sets don't even look like they belong with the first 3. Consistency, people. That's all I want. And that concludes
Meaningless bad boy. Right.
That was very funny.
Season 4. After season 3, the fans were waiting on pins and needles for the show to come back, as the fate of the series at the time was uncertain. Thankfully, the announcement came that Teen Titans would come back for one more season. And a lot of us genuinely thought that this was going to be the last one. The season starts with a bang, with my all-time favorite standalone episode, 257-494.
Hey, I remember this scene. We're in the first episode of season 4.
Yes, you are right, Cyborg. Control Freak sends the Titans inside television. What ensues is the coolest and most elaborate chase scene in cartoon history. Along the way, they parody almost everything that you can think of. The Matrix, Star Wars, Dr. Seuss, the Looney Tunes, James Bond, Superman, you name it, they make fun of it. And on top of it all, one great final line.
Well, I guess this whole experience proves it really is bad to watch too much TV.
But truthfully, only bad Beast Boy watches too much the television.
Exactly.
So there really isn't a lesson here.
Yeah, it was all completely meaningless.
Another notably hilarious episode is The
Quest,
in which Robin takes a sabbatical to become a better martial artist. The rest of the time finds especially Starfire. So what do? They all dress up like Robin and pretend to be him. The irony of these 4 superpowered beings fantasizing about being an unpowered one is both touching and funny.
You know, Robbins, the mask makes me feel cool too.
Now, the show has always been great about dealing with social issues, but very few episodes handle serious subject matter as well as Troc, which sees the Titans team up with a space hero named Valior, who just so happens to be racist towards Starfire, just because she's a Tamaranian, and he openly uses a derogatory term towards her in front of her teammates.
I don't need any help from a stupid Troc.
This is the episode where Hendon Walsh truly shines.
You did not call me that.
But Valior calls you Troc all the time.
That does not make it right.
What's up? I thought you said it didn't mean anything.
No, I said it means nothing. When Valior calls me Troc, he is saying that I am worthless.
As important as messages about tolerance are, let's try to lighten the mood a bit, as it is once again time for the Teen Titans Strangest Cases. Employee of the Month. In an effort to save money in order to buy a moped, Beast Boy turns his back on his vegetarian roots and accepts a job at a fast food restaurant, which turns out to be a front for an alien invasion, being led by talking space tofu. He wants to steal all the cows from our planet so they can be used as the power supplies on their spaceships.
No, this is just a plain old Earth cow, and it's not the pilot. It's the power supply.
And then they're going to replace all the meat on our planet with alien tofu. I got nothing. Watch it for yourself and be your own judge. Let's talk arc. This is beyond a shadow of a doubt my favorite season, as it deals with the absolute biggest threat the Titans have ever faced, Trigon. Played by Kevin Michael Richardson. Trigon just so happens to be
Where have I heard of Kevin Michael Richardson from?
who will be reborn when Raven gives birth to him and ends the world. Of course, the giving birth part is played very subtly, but my God, was this season huge. The world is about to end, Raven will more than likely die, and right when you think things can't get any worse, guess who Trigon brings back to life? Fuck yeah. It was no wonder most fans thought this was going to be the last season. Hell, the final episode was a
and he was the Shredder, right?
The shit hits the proverbial fan as our lowly teenage heroes take on
in the 2012 version Turtles, right?
Questionable alliances are made.
Okay.
Literally have to climb down into hell to find a solution to this dilemma. This would have been a glorious ending for our terrific threat-trouncing teams. They were never going to do anything bigger than this. The show really should have ended here. It really, really should have. But it didn't. And thus we move on to...
I gotta see that. After I end this live stream, I'll definitely gotta go check.
The Titans go unlimited. Believe me, that sounds a lot better than what we actually got. The real highlight of the season is the episode Go, which finally reveals the origin of the Titans. Yes, they waited to do an origin episode until the final season, which is brilliant, since the episode explains the beginnings of a lot of the quirks and character dynamics that were established in the past 4 seasons.
Yeah, like I'm taking fashion advice from the guy in the goofy mask.
Goofy? My mask is cool, isn't it? David? What about my secret identity? What secret identity? You're green.
This time around, we finally get one more classic cameo in the form of Wally West, aka Kid Flash,
yeah.
By, believe it or not, Michael Rosenbaum, who also played Wally West in Justice League, but in the future when he takes up the mantle of the Flash, meaning that even if this show took place in the same reality as the rest of the DC animated universe, it would still take place before Justice League. Hell, if you want to get really technical, it truly takes place before Batman the Animated Series, since it takes place before Robin becomes Nightwing, and before he went to college, and wait, what the hell was I talking about? Oh yeah, classic cameos. The only member of the original Titans lineup who never truly appeared was Wonder Girl. And boy, did the
Wonder Girl's Wonder Woman's sidekick, I believe.
Threw in her picture as part of a montage sequence towards the end of the season. Personally, I think they just did this to drive the fans nuts. And speaking of nuts, the Teen Titans Strangest Cases revved up. Some douchebag in a roadster called Ding Dong Daddy.
Ding Dong Daddy? Wow, okay.
A suitcase belonging to Robin, which contains a secret elephant. Thus, the Titans, along with the majority of the show's villains, race, wacky racist style, in an effort to acquire the red herring suitcase.
This is a waste of time. Let's just fly past into the finish line and get it over with.
Yes, victory will be ours.
Daddy's code of the moon says, lines the squares.
Raven, Starfire, report.
We've been grounded. Ding Dong Daddy used some sort of neutralizer beam to bring us down.
What we get is an episode that is heavy on the gags and really, really light on the payoff. Alright, back to the arc. The season opens with the Titans teaming up with Beast Boy's former team, the Doom Patrol, to take down the Brotherhood of Evil. When the Brotherhood sees that there is a whole new generation of heroes standing against them, they decide to regroup, assemble nearly all of the show's villains, and only target heroes, so they can wipe out the next generation of heroes. So the Titans spend the whole season traveling the world, warning young heroes and recruiting new honorary titans. This results in a lot of disjointed standalone episodes that were fair at best, some of which don't even feature the Teen Titans, which was an odd choice, considering this was the last characters. I will admit that the final battle between all the young heroes of Earth against the Brotherhood is glorious.
Absolutely.
Sitting through the season to see. Not as good as season 4, but satisfying nonetheless. The show really, really, really should have ended here, but it didn't. Instead, we got one more episode. things change. Fanboys and fangirls, there are people who hate this episode with the most purest of hatreds. There are some who even claim that this is the absolute worst episode in the entire show. What do I think? Well, I'm kind of in the middle. I'll explain in a minute. First, I want to warn all of you that there is a major spoiler ahead. So if you haven't seen this show, especially the second season, please stop the video here and go check it out.
Yeah, I've seen all the
You've
seasons.
been warned. Basically, the episode sees the Titans return home from the world tour, only to find that as the title indicated, things change. Their favorite stores are gone, they've gotten older, they engage a mysterious monster in battle, and then it happens. Beast Boy sees Terra. Here's the spoiler. For all intents and purposes, Terra died at the end of season 2. As she
I don't remember
sacrificed
Terra
herself
returning.
to stop a major cataclysm from destroying the city, but she loses control of her powers and she turns to stone. And there is no method, scientific, magical, or otherwise, that the Titans can find to bring her back.
I remember
to life.
that
And
episode though,
so
but not Terra returning afterwards.
she is alive and well. But wait a minute. That's not Terra. It's just a mild-mannered schoolgirl who just so happens to look like Terra, and is also voiced by Ashley Johnson. Beast Boy goes to the site where the Titans left Terra's remains, only to find them missing.
Wait, yeah, I
Beast Boy
remember.
investigates, and what follows is a 20-minute circle jerk that leads to nothing, answers nothing, concludes nothing, and just adds more confusion to what was a great storyline that seriously should have been left alone. Now, why don't I hate this episode as much as most people? Because only the episode is not about getting answers. It's about growing up and accepting what you can't explain or control. In the end, Beast Boy comes to terms with Terra's death and moves on.
Okay, I remember that
Frankly,
episode.
This episode has most of Greg Sipes' best performances in the entire show.
Here, take this. In case you're in trouble. In case you need me. You can call me anytime. I don't need it. But time's up. Terra.
On
Wow.
the other hand, I fully and thoroughly sympathize with those of you who hate this episode, because quite frankly, referencing one of the most popular storylines only to not conclude it in any form or fashion was a pretty dickish move on Glenn Murakami's behalf. So when people say that this episode should burn in hell, I totally get it, and I never raise my voice to defend it. In the end, I still feel that Glenn Murakami gave us countless awesome episodes. So
Yeah,
as
hey,
far as I'm
Rain.
concerned, he earned one bad, self-indulgent episode at the end. The show really, 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 really should have ended here. But it didn't. Its popularity was just too powerful to let it die. Thus came the Titans' final adventure, in the form of a made-for-TV animated movie.
Oh, I
Teen Titans.
Trouble in Tokyo. I remember that movie. That was awesome.
Before I talk about the special, I should mention that the DVD release of Trouble in Tokyo includes the famous Lost episode. Now, what exactly is the Lost episode? This was part of a cross-promotional gimmick between Warner Brothers and Post Cereal. Basically, you buy a specially marked box of Post Cereal, and inside the box, you find a super secret code. Then you'd go to postopia.com, type in the secret code, and then you'd be able to download the Lost episode. which
I
is
don't
just a
remember the last
12-minute
episode.
short of the Titans fighting Punk Rocket. Now keep in mind, this was circa 2004-2005, back when internet video streaming sucked, especially if you had dial-up, which I did. So watching one 12-minute video took me an hour. I challenge anyone to be that patient or that faithful to anything. Anything. Trouble to now. The special aired 8 months after the last episode, which, as I stated before, left a lot of unanswered questions. So which storyline were they going to conclude? The fate of Terra, Red X's true identity, the contents of the MacGuffin case, the culprit behind the hallucinogen that made Robin be haunted by Deathstroke? The answer? None of the above. So what is Trouble in Tokyo about? Robin and Starfire getting together? Yeah, they do Trouble in Tokyo.
I mean, they did have Danny Phantom and Sam hook up at the end of the Danny Phantom series, so I'm not surprised that they did that with Robin and Starfire.
Conclusion, let alone an entire animated movie dedicated to it. And to make matters worse, the other three Titans are just pretty much
Excuse me?
along for the ride, almost like an afterthought. It's not the worst ending, but no
Sorry for the
near as good
burp,
as
excuse
the
me.
ending of season 4. The real standout moment of the special is Beast Boy singing karaoke. Oh yeah.
That was the best part of the movie, when Beast Boy sang.
Beast Boy sings some nonsensical lyrics to Teen Titans theme music. Now, for those of you who are wondering why he does this, well, the Teen Titans theme is actually sang by the Japanese pop group Puffy Amiyumi. Every now and then during the opening of an episode, they would play the Japanese dub of the theme song.
Okay, well, I honestly don't know how to fix that, to be honest. Because it kind of goes in and out with the blurriness.
Well, it's not. In fact, other than the words Teen Titans, everything that Ami and Yumi are singing is an insane mess. The song that Beast Boy sings in the special is a word-for-word translation of the Japanese version. Yeah, let that sink in for a moment.
Teen Titans, earthquakes, lightning, fire, yeah. Grammar, math, science, social studies. There is nothing I am afraid of. Teen Titans, go!
In conclusion, the special may not be the glorious ending that the show deserved, but it is packed with plenty of fun action sequences.
No, I have heard of Teen Titans Ghost Bombs. Like a movie Bombs, they'll bring back the original. But yeah, again, that's just rumors. I don't know if that's true.
Major props to John Suzuki, Derek Wyatt, Brienne Drouard, and Glenn Murakami, who designed all the characters for the show, because they look fucking awesome. In the beginning, when all the news about the show sounded awful, the thing that kept bringing me back is how great the characters look. To be perfectly honest, I never liked the way
I can sing the English and Japanese version of the song perfectly, but not with the English words.
With her intergalactic hooker look. But in this show, not only
Used to make a video of that, man.
Superheroes, but they look like teens.
I definitely do a. You should do a video, cause I'm thinking about doing another reaction video. Not today though. Of YouTube videos. I'll do a reaction video of that. But I'm not planning to make any more reaction videos today. Like I said, after this video, this video is gonna be my last one in this reaction time.
He's a jock. Oh, and I love how Starfire's taller than Robin. Girls develop faster than boys, so this is a little detail that I always appreciated. The animation for the most part is excellent, and it's very much to the DCU animation standard. But the little anime moments just look like shit to me. Of all the cool things they could have emulated from anime, why this horse shit? It looks like the animators were celebrating bring your kid to work and let them draw for you day. This crap is just so out of place and distracting. A lot of the same crew from this show is now working on the new Ninja Turtles show. They brought over some of the same little anime bits, but thankfully that show has a slightly better balance when it comes to
then
stuff.
it's
Well,
Kiss, Mary,
might as well talk about those two
Kill,
other
Jero,
relationships you guys
Raven,
are always asking me to talk
Starfire.
about. Let's start with Young Justice. People are still baffled that I don't like this show. Look,
Young Justice was an awesome show. Whoever dislikes Young Justice, I don't get how you guys don't like Young Justice. I'm not judging you guys. I'm not going to call you names if you don't like Young Justice. I just don't know how you guys don't get like Young Justice.
The characters were either boring and interchangeable or just flat out annoying. Yes, I agree that the show got better in the second season, but them skipping ahead to a year later without showing us how the characters arrived at their current states of being was just flat out undisciplined writing.
I've heard Young Justice getting a third season, which I can't wait.
Understand why people like it so much, and I can definitely agree that it's much better than Teen Titans Go. Dude,
Amen to that. Amen to that.
I mean, look at it. It speaks for itself. To be perfectly honest, I don't have a problem with them making a preschool version of Teen Titans. But here's my issue with this try. Why did they use the character roster from Glenn Murakami's version? There are plenty of Titans to choose from. Why not put together their own original roster? And why use the character designs from Murakami's version? And the same voice cast? And the catchphrase? Because they were hoping to trick us into watching this shit. I can say without a doubt that this is the absolute worst show ever produced by DC Animated.
Well, I don't know about the worst show about it though.
Batman the Animated Series, but the joke's on us. Because while Beware of the Batman will more than likely be canceled in 2 more episodes, this steamy pile will be getting a second season. Well, at least the cast that we know and love will be getting more paychecks.
final verdict.
Before I close this out, I have to once again give plenty of love to the queen of voiceover direction, Miss Andrea Romano, without whom none of the great vocal performances that I have praised during this video would have been possible. The woman has enough Emmys to start her own chess set, and she deserves every one. While this series lacked the epic grandeur of Justice League, it made up for its lack of scale with plenty of heart.
I don't dislike it, it's just I haven't watched.
Fearless storytelling, and some of the absolute greatest characters in all of animation. Yes,
Oh, really? Okay. Then, if that's the case, then I gotta see it. Yeah, I gotta see it if that means getting a 6th season. Even though I don't dislike the Teen Titans Go, so even though I kind of contradicts what my reaction was. But compared to the original, the Teen Titans Go show is like, yeah. But I have to disagree with this guy. It's not the worst it's not the worst DC comic show I've seen. I'm saying it from the range of cartoon to animated. I mean, cartoon to live action. I forget which show I'm thinking of that's the worst DC show, but it's not Teen Titans Go though. Anyways, yeah, that's the last video I'm gonna watch. Oh, nice. But yeah, like I said, this was the last video I was going to see in this live stream. This was fun, and I will definitely do it again. Next time, I'm definitely going to try to have this be more around an hour and a half. But this was fun. Also, guys, for those of you who has not seen my Keyblades, I got 3 of them. I'll show you my 3 Keyblades right now. Because I can officially say I'm a Keyblade master to 3 Keyblades. That's a brag. So this is the Kingdom Key. This is made out of wood. And this version of the Kingdom Key, which also got the chain of the Mickey Mouse symbol, is to Sora, which is the main character of the Kingdom Hearts series. If you haven't played Kingdom Hearts, I've actually watched the cutscenes. If I ever do fix a disc part in my PlayStation 3, or when I do get a PlayStation 4, which I'm getting Kingdom Hearts on the PlayStation 4, once I get a PlayStation 4, I'll live stream Kingdom Hearts on this channel, I promise. Assuming that I do get a PlayStation 4, or the disc port in the PlayStation 3 gets fixed. But I am making my life's goal to eventually get a place to live stream Kingdom Hearts on this channel. Anyways, and then comes this. Oh yeah, so just to recap, this is Sora's Keyblade, and this is made out of wood. And so here's another version of the Kingdom Key, and this is Mickey Mouse's or King Mickey's Keyblade. At least one of the 2 Keyblades you see Mickey use in Kingdom Hearts. And again, it's the chain is the Disney symbol, the Mickey Mouse symbol. And yeah, so this is King Mickey's Keyblade, and this is made out of styrofoam. Yeah, this is made out of styrofoam. Supposed to be other Kingdom Keys made out of wood. And then this is also made out of styrofoam, but lighter. It's lighter than the Mickey Mouse Keyblade. And this is called the Oblivion. The other 2 Keyblades are called the Kingdom Keys. This is called the Oblivion. And the keychain is different. It's the Kingdom. It's a crown. It's a crown. But yeah, this Keyblade to Roxas. At least this version of the Oblivion is to Roxas. I am planning to get the Oath Keeper because you see Roxas wielding 2 Keyblades. And he also has the Oath Keeper, so I want to get that. Also wanting to get Riku's Keyblade Kyrie's Keyblade, the Ultimate Keyblade, and that's as far as I got in my head. Oh yeah, and the other Keyblade Mickey uses in the Kingdom Hearts series. But after that, after I get all of them, I think I will be pretty good with myself with the Keyblades. But anyways, so I got this live stream out of the way. They look like lightsaber hilts. Speaking of which, be back. So those 3 Keyblades I showed you guys, I got those Keyblades at this comic book convention I went to called C2E2. 3 different years in the order I showed you. I got those Keyblades. So I got Sora's Keyblade first, Mickey's Keyblade first, and then Roxas's Keyblade first. And I got the Oblivion Keyblade this year, along with Link's sword from Legend of Zelda. And here is the Triforce symbol. I haven't really played that many Legend of Zelda games, but I do know quite a bit about Legend of Zelda. I only got this sword because my favorite singer, Christina Grimmie, she was a huge fan of Legend of Zelda. So I wanted to, in a sense, honor her in some way. So figured I will get this sword in the name of Christina Grimmie. So yeah, Link's sword, Legend of Zelda. And then you were talking about lightsaber hilts. I got this at Disney the summer of 2016. This to Skywalker. This also looks like a saber hilt. Nice. This was... Oh, wait. And then this is a lightsaber. This is to Luke Skywalker. My favorite Jedi ever. And debatably my favorite Star Wars character ever. And like I said, I got this at Disney. And I'll turn the switch on. Because it actually lights up. And then actually makes noise when it hits something. So I use Link's sword as a place to hit so you guys can see. I don't know if you guys can hear the noise, but it's also made noise too. And then so yeah, I wanted to show you guys that too before I end the live stream. And so yeah. Well, it's nice seeing you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I enjoyed spending time with you. I'll definitely make another YouTube video reaction. This time, I will try to make it a little bit shorter, like an hour shorter than this one was. But regardless, I actually did enjoy spending time with you guys. Each video, live stream that you guys come in, I enjoy spending time with you. And thank you for the likes, _ subscribes, and and I'll try to make another live stream later on. But it won't be me playing a game. I'm thinking about playing Super Smash Bros. I'm thinking about playing Super Smash Bros. Trying to finish up the storyline, or just start up Borderlands 2. Or just might continue in Soul Calibur 2. I don't know. You guys will know once I decide. Anyways, I'll end this live stream before I confuse myself even more. So, See you in the next video. See you hopefully later today. If not, I'll live stream again Wednesday, me playing. So ending this live stream in 3, 2, 1.